on this past weekend is Mr. Tom Segura.
That's a good artist too, by the way.
Yeah.
Logo.
Somebody did. I don't even know who did that.
Really?
Do you start to get amazed at like the level of fan, like, you know, interaction you get from your listeners? That's like
unbelievable. And then sometimes a real fucking all-star will send you something where you're like, holy shit. Like we have a lot of song submissions.
Yeah.
So the people sometimes fuck around on like, what's it called? Like
SoundCloud?
Yeah, but no, the Apple one. You know what I'm talking about? I can't think of the name. But anyways, GarageBand. And you could tell that it's like, you know, they just loop something once. And you're like, okay. It's like, but sometimes like a music composer will make something and you're like, Jesus Christ, this is like a, you know, a real song that you made. And you're like, yeah, that's what I do.
Like Chopin or like a Mozart or something. Somebody's like, wow.
Yeah, it's impressive. And artists too. I'm most impressed with the artists. And I think a lot of the Photoshop people are hilarious. Yeah. That comedy content collective is like a group of them together. Dude, so funny. They make, you know, memes, videos.
Oh, yeah.
They're so funny.
Hats,
so good.
too. One guy sent us a bunch of hats, you know, so.
Sometimes they make, you know, they'll make shit for us.
Some guys made me children's clothes. I've gotten some strange stuff sent in, you know, neat things. Some things are great, like you know, we got a guy that sends us these candles.
That's great.
Yeah, and sometimes it gets a little wild, like somebody chiseled something into some deer feces or something like in a certain place and brought it.
We got some poop, some dried poop. I don't like, well, I mean, it's so nice when people bring you things, but when you're on the road and they're like, I have this for you, it's a 6 by 4 foot bat carved with your name. I'm like, yeah, I gotta fly home, man. Yeah. And they're like,
yeah, they don't think about
cool.
that.
I'm like, I can't bring this. Yeah. If I don't like it, I'll take it because I'm not gonna bring it.
Right.
But if I really like it, I'm like, will you please ship this to me, dude?
Yeah.
Because I'd like to have this.
Oh, that's nice.
You know?
That's a good way to do it.
But ship the thing if it's a big, right? Like a.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. If it's real big. I'm trying to think of interesting things. It's definitely some heavy stuff. That's been the craziest thing.
Yeah.
Some guy did a bronze bust. He said it was of me. Didn't look kind of like a black me, kind of, which is fine.
Yeah, sure.
And it's, but I wasn't ready. I would go Latino before I go black. That's me personally, but I was
You
not.
are part Latino.
Right, but I go full. I'm talking about having a pistol, being on a fucking animal's back, you know? I'm talking about fucking drinking aloe vera, dude, under a fucking wagon somewhere.
Okay.
You know what I'm talking about?
Okay, por la
Deep,
vida.
bro.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
For life, papá.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. ¿Qué tal tu español? Bien?
Nada mucho.
What?
Yeah.
I was told you speak Spanish.
I speak enough to survive, and probably I speak enough to work in the kitchen.
Oh, I got you.
But I'm practicing.
Por lo sal. And you're like,
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. More like, yeah. Por lo sal. More salt.
Yeah.
Yeah. Chicharrones, eh?
Chicharrones, eh?
Yeah.
Sí, güey.
Yeah, dude. And Violencia, too.
Okay.
But I would love to do a tour like in Spanish-speaking countries. If I'm able to get my Spanish good and well enough, would you let me go on tour with you in a Spanish-speaking country?
I'm trying to organize, and the answer is yes. And I'm trying to organize it for sometime in 2020. Do like a few shows. Yeah.
Wow, I need a couple more years then. So I'm talking maybe.
Well, I'll do it then too. But I mean, but like I did a Spanish show here in LA, and I tell you, I haven't been that nervous since like 10 years ago. You know what I mean? Because I was like, fuck, and I was like, I wrote stuff out. I used to, I don't write shit out now. You just kind of go up, and you have little notes. But I was typing stuff out, rehearsing, and I was like, fuck. And I even had a part where I really stumbled. But the advantage is this: the advantage is like I was on a Spanish-speaking show, and everybody is like a native Latin person. So then they're like, oh, this American's coming up. So then you actually buy yourself favor because they're like, you're not supposed to be able to do it, So I think that helped me with the crowd because they're like, this fucking
I could see that.
White boy's going to do it, you know? And then you start, once you start and you hit a couple jokes, they're like, hey, it's great, It's like, I don't know.
Was it Did you feel as masterful, and not to say that you're a master, but I mean obviously you're very good at your craft and you've worked really hard. Did you feel as
proficient?
Yes.
No, of course not.
Wow.
No, it's scary, which is like, but that's kind of the exciting part.
Yeah.
Because I was like, I kind of knew how I was going to start, but then in English, if you stumble, it's just something about your own language. Like you can recover, make fun of yours, and if you're not, my Spanish used to be like, I would say 9 out of 10, almost 10 out of 10. Right? But I mean, like
that's better than a lot of Mexican people I've met here in LA.
That's true.
I'm not even joking. Especially second generation.
Totally. But I mean, when I went to school,
Yeah.
in Spain, and like I'm going to classes and writing term papers, I was dreaming in Spanish. You get like really proficient.
Duerme, huh?
Yeah, exactly.
Suerto.
Luck, okay.
Is that luck?
Suerte is luck, yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
my bad.
Sueño.
Sueño,
Yeah. But I mean, when I came back from that, I was on the most proficient level I could possibly be at. Now I would say, maybe on a good day it's a 7 out of 10 because it just diminishes if you don't use it.
Yeah.
So that's the tricky part is like practicing it to a point where you feel like, I mean, I'm good if I go do it, I'm gonna be the American doing the show there.
Yes.
So like they're
right. So they're already going to be excited that you're even trying.
Exactly. I think that's a big advantage. And if you were to do it, it's the same thing. They'd be like, an American person's coming here to do this. So whatever level you're at, they're going to be like, Now, even if you were like kind of not great at it, I think it would even
better.
Hilarious. Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, that's so bad. Yeah, that would be so tough to think like, okay, now I'm just gonna go. What if you get halfway through a sentence and your conjugation's whack?
It happened on that show I did.
Yeah.
They kind of forgive you, like they get you're trying to do it.
Yes.
Because we've all seen foreigners do English stand-up, right?
Yeah.
I mean, at the store you've seen.
Yeah, and you're so supportive. You're like, oh wow, they can even do this.
And then if they fuck up a sentence, it's funny because you're watching a comedy show. Like,
oh yeah.
Like saying it wrong actually becomes part of the joke.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, people love that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would love to be. I think I would love to be Mexican. I don't know if I would love to be.
You would love to be Mexican?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
It just seems like not like incarceration. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to go deep. You know, I'm trying to go like kind of safe Mexican. You know,
safe Mexican.
Yeah.
Which is
like kind of I would say kind of near where the Dodgers play, I guess, somewhere. You know
like
what I'm
Echo
saying?
Park?
Yeah. But
that level.
Yeah, but Echo Park, like in the actual, like in a
or Elysian Park, right? Isn't that where they end up playing? Isn't that where the
Elysian? Yeah,
isn't that
might
the name
be
of it? I don't know. It's near Echo Park though.
Elysian, yeah. But yeah, I would love that. I think I would go black. It's too dangerous. I think still for me
to be black.
Yeah.
You mean if the option was there?
Like I'd be black in Seattle.
Right.
That's easy, bro.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
It's
like
a good time there.
Yeah, that's fucking
for sure. But like Houston.
Yeah, it'd be riskier.
Yeah. Then you get to like Biloxi or something.
Oh yeah, no, you get to Gary, Indiana, and then it's.
Do you remember being a kid and being like, God, I wish I was black. Like when you, because when you're a kid, first you have no idea that like I remember my first best friend. We're talking like 5 years old. Yeah. And it was black, but I didn't make the distinction that there's really, you know what I mean? Like you don't point it out, and then like you turn, I don't know, maybe it's like 8 or something, and you start having interests like music, sports, and you're like, oh, we fucking suck. Yeah. Like I'm watching football, and I'm like, how come nobody that I like looks like me? Yeah. You know what I mean? Nobody. Like it was Jerry Rice, and Deion Sanders. I'm like, where's my guy? And they're like, these are the best guys. Yeah. And you're like, oh, Michael Jordan. Like, no one's us.
Yeah, who's us? Us is always the guy like standing there like this. Yeah. You know, like uncertain.
A guy that they mock.
Yeah.
And make a fucking fool of. Cross up, and he's like, ooh, and and you're like, they're like, that's who you are. You're that guy. Or like football. I remember watching college football, and it's like, you watch all the good games, like ACC, SEC, and then they're like, Have you seen the BYU? They're having a good year. A bunch of white guys. You're like, it's all slow and shit.
Yeah.
Like, there's no fucking high step.
Beating on the TV. You're trying to
like,
what's
come
going
on, man. There's no punt returns.
Yeah.
Just like sensible blocking, like 4-yard average runs. Like, this fucking sucks.
Some of the players even have whistles. You're like, this is
like
this seems erroneous.
Yeah, there's no, I don't know, man. I remember being like, that's what I want to be. I want to be black.
Yeah, I remember thinking, let me think about that. It's so interesting, man. I mean, I think that I sometimes I feel like that black culture doesn't realize how much a lot of white people want to be black.
Well, yeah, but what gets twisted up in that too is that, and there's a good point to it, I think.
Right.
Is that we'll say, or you'll see, white people being like, I wish I was black. And they're like, you wish you were the most.
Right, the coolest parts of being black.
Right. But like you're skipping over all the bullshit that we deal, which is totally legit.
Right.
They're like, you don't deal with like being profiled or followed through a store, being like, are you buying something? Like all the bullshit.
Right.
The institutional racism that's just kind of built into society.
Yeah.
They're like, do you want to deal with that part? And you're like, well, no, I just, but like,
not as much.
The fucking Dunkings looks cool.
Yeah, the Dunking looks cool.
Oh, okay. That's really
But then
convenient.
you're never alone, kind of like if you go into a store, no one gives a fuck if I'm in there.
Yeah, you want to be profiled.
Well, I want to be cared about. It's like one of the reasons why I think I kind of like surgery and stuff because.
Well, you like what?
That I like surgery, like
surgery?
Yeah, or like surgical procedures,
Do you like watch them?
I mean, I've watched some on the internet, but I like going and being a part of it.
You like being present at a surgery?
Yeah, on myself or yeah.
You're or on yourself.
Yeah, well, first of all, I'm not going to do my own surgeries,
No, you shouldn't.
Yeah.
People have.
Oh, dude, I got coked
dudes.
up with this girl one time and let her try to cut something out of my hip. And she said she could do like
surgery.
Small surgeries, I guess.
She's like, I could take your appendix out, basic shit. Yeah.
She was out of her fucking mind.
Of course she was. Anyone that agreed. So did she cut you?
Oh, yeah.
Really?
Cut into this thing on my hip, yeah. It's actually scarred up pretty bad. I'll show you it. Just
you tell?
It's not crazy, but now it's gotten in.
Oh, shit.
But
it looks like a cyst.
Oh,
is
dude.
it?
Oh, I don't know.
You're not going to ask a real doctor? Like, what's going on?
I've had enough of the medical profession.
Have you ever? I went and watched 13 surgeries in a day once.
Oh, my God.
So I was like 14 years old, and we had this science project, and they were like, what do you want it to be? And I was like,
like y'all were rich, bro.
I was like, no, I want to be a doctor. So I was a freshman in high school. I had no idea, obviously, what it takes to be a doctor.
Probably because you were tall, probably.
I was.
You look like a doctor, actually. Tall, beard.
Dude, I was only like an inch or two shorter than I am now, and like 40 pounds less. When I went to the doctor, like to the hospital, they were like, which medical school are you in? Wow. I was like, I'm a freshman in high school. So anyways, they set it up, and they're like, this kid, they all thought that he must be like really smart if you want to be a doctor. I was a fucking like 2.0 student. Yeah. I just thought like it sounded cool. So then they go in, and they take me to surgery, start at like 6 a.m. through the afternoon, and I am like almost puking in some of these things. They're like, we're going to remove a cyst from this lady's vagina. She's 85. Don't say anything because she's awake. She's only like below the waist. We've, anesthesia. So they go in there and they're like, oh, this is like a record-sized cyst. Come take a look at this. And they poke it. It's like shooting pus out of her
Where was this?
puss.
Operation Desert Storm? Dude, this sounds like the weirdest place you went to school.
This is the Mayo Clinic in Jacksonville. So this is like one of the prestigious hospitals in the country. And
that's correct.
At the end of the day, I was like, I don't want to be a surgeon. I don't want to be a doctor. It was rough, man. Having the stomach for all that shit is like, fuck. I mean, I definitely don't have it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I don't pass out and shit like that, but when you see a 85-year-old pussy expanded and a cyst removed from it, shooting pus, you're not like, I'm ready. What's next? It really takes you down.
That's sad.
And I love that the doctor pulled me aside. He's like, don't make any comments. And I was like what? He's like, look at this old fucking pussy or something. I'm like, dude, what? Like,
Jesus Christ.
14.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm watching surgery.
Then he gives you like a
He's
special
like,
Sigma Chi
awake.
handshake.
Like,
yeah.
He's like, I got you, bro.
That's crazy.
I know.
I'm trying to think of any good like jobs that I went to be a part of. We used to do, I spent most of my life working at pizza parlors, when I was
Did you really?
young. Oh, yeah.
Like making, delivering, all that?
Oh, yeah. Top to bottom. I worked top to bottom in the industry.
I worked at one out here.
You did?
Yeah. Out in the valley on Riverside Drive. somewhere.
Oh yeah.
And yeah, it was just like, to get some extra money. And I remember one day, like we had this whole system, right? Like you get your pizza, walk down the thing, and then ring them up. And then one day, this lady, we've been doing this for months. She's like, "Do you not like wash your hands between getting the pizza and exchanging cash?" And I was like, "Nah, I've never thought of that."
No way.
And she was like, "Does your boss tell you to?" I was like, "Nope. This is Valley Pizza.
This is pizza, bitch.
You get whatever's on my hand."
Oh, I want that cash touch on my pizza, dude.
It's pizza, man.
I want a little of that voodoo in it.
How did you start
in the pie?
doing...
My whole family had worked there. A lot of people in my family had worked there.
At pizza place?
Yeah, it had been kind of a little bit of, I guess, a generational kind of spot. And this place was called BJ's Pizza. Before this, now they have that BJ's Pizza House. That fancy one that's a chain everywhere.
Yeah.
This was just a freelance BJ's, And a lot of people that worked there were alcoholics. And
if you're running a pizza parlor, it's, it's not strange to have some derelicts.
Our most popular item. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, we had this one guy, and he was always doing methamphetamines and all of that, He was on uppers and fucking side splitters. He was on all of it, you know. He would show you just a big, like a open wound he had and shit. He was fucked up. And he, but he could make pizza so fast, because he was on uppers.
Was it good pizza?
I think it was kind of wet in the middle. To me, it was wet in the middle.
Yeah.
The crust was a little wet in the middle. The outside was pretty good.
Thin crust?
Regular, thick? It definitely got thin in the middle where it was wet. On the outside, pretty strong.
Do you like thin crust?
Oh, yeah.
I like thin crust.
I can't handle all the crust as an adult.
I know. Or deep dish. I'm like, I want to just give me a loaf of bread. Why don't I just eat a loaf of bread in front of you?
That's Brendan Shaw was like really the deep dish hunter.
Is he?
You know how there's the crocodile hunter? He would be the deep dish hunter, dude.
I bet when he goes deep on eating, it's wild. Big fucking guy like that. I bet he can really go deep.
Because imagine in his hand, a piece of pizza doesn't even...
It's like It's like a peanut.
Yeah, it's like lancing, or people would say, on that, do the hand. Yeah.
Yeah, crazy. Huge.
Yeah, because he will sometimes text at night and be like, how are you doing fitness-wise and shit? And I'm like, and I'm like, that's when I know he's kind of spiraling.
Oh, right. He's like, am I doing enough?
Yeah.
Is my partner outworking me right now?
Yeah, let me make sure that other people are suffering right now.
Yeah.
So I can feel okay,
Yeah. That's so funny. Those guys all think like that, too. Joe's like that. Look, if you do something... I swear to God, one time I brought up to Joe, I was like, this is like 3 years ago. No, more, maybe like 4. I was like, I started YouTubing some grilling videos. Like these like grill master guys.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, so I got this grill, and he was like, oh, really? And like, we had this conversation about it. A couple months later, he's like, oh, I got like meat thermometers. And I'm like... And then, like, he's posting now he's like a grill master.
Wow.
I swear to God, it was me saying, like...
Starting it.
I'm going to start grilling stuff, and, like, I'm learning more about it. He was like, that's interesting. Yeah. Became a grill master.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anytime, any, like, super competitive dude you say something, he's like...
Dalia does that.
Yeah.
Dalia does that. I've got a... what was I doing? I had one, like, the snow cone thing or something, and a couple weeks later, he texted me about them. About fucking snow cones and dry ice and that kind of shit.
He's like, I bought a fucking thing for my house.
I got this big, I don't know, somebody gave it to me. He said, he didn't want to admit he bought it.
Oh, right. That's a big thing.
That's his thing, too. It's like, it dropped from the sky. You know, have you seen Dumbo drop? He's like, just vague
There's
shit.
a snow cone machine in my house now. Just somebody gave it to me. Yeah. I forget who, though. It was a guy. And you're like, yeah, okay.
Yeah, sure. What else, man? Dude, Theogate was pretty wild, huh? You know what kept me even more excited about it? You did.
I got excited?
Yeah. No, what kept me more excited about it?
Oh, it was me?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah. And it was good because I a lot of times need to feed off of other people's excitement sometimes.
Well, excitement is contagious.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's a good point.
It is. Like you ever like watch a sport, an event that you don't care about, but you realize everyone's so excited, you're like, I guess I'll watch this.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I feel like that like during like the World Cup or something, I'm like, I don't give a fuck about this, but... Seems like half the world does. Yeah. So I'll be like, all right, let's see what's going on.
Yeah, some guy has his face painted like with house paint. And you're like, that's not going to come out.
That's going to be a while, dude. Yeah, no, Theogate was fun. We actually have this great, we've been working on it for a while, behind the scenes piece of like conversations with the text messages and like piece by piece. So it'll be like I don't know if it'll be a 10-minute like in-depth look at the whole thing.
I like this, man.
It's fun. It's fun to do.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So do you like have you found that, obviously podcasting has created like it creates like a world where you kind of have to become like more like a producer and like a creator and stuff.
Yeah.
Did you ever think that you were that kind of person really, or has some of that kind of amazed you as you've like kind of walked into different, not put on different hats, but kind of really like I've always just been kind of like a, I think just like a confusing or just kind of a troubled kind of comedian kind of guy, and then now it's like I have more responsibilities and stuff.
Yeah. No, I think so. I think I've always wanted to do more, and it's like having like the platform and the resources and the staff to actually try and do these things. Like it's more fun. I like it more. I feel like it's another creative outlet. Just like sometimes, like I love doing stand-up. It's the most fun. But sometimes you're like, I want to do something creative that's not exactly that one thing. And I think that podcasting and like doing these videos and is part of that. Yeah. I mean, like even like I told you, we did a document. Like
about this guy with the head, huh?
Yeah.
And that guy's a pervert, huh?
Yeah, he's really perverted. So I sent one of our guys to New York to interview him, and they put together like this half-hour interview / documentary on him.
Wow.
So, but like that was really rewarding to me.
Yeah.
Because like I like the story. I like the story of like we played a video that was sent in from the internet, and then 2 years later we found out that there's a real like we never imagined that dude was around.
Yeah.
And then we found his profile. We contact him. We have him on the phone on the podcast. Dang. And then we send someone to his house. Like I like the whole
now it's like now this person is like. Yeah, there's like interest. It shows that there can be interest in almost anyone's story in a way.
Yeah.
If it's
absolutely
if somebody else, it's like if somebody else cares, then other people will care. Even just like you're saying, like watching the sport, kind of.
Definitely, man. Absolutely. Everybody has a story. This guy now has like thousands of Instagram followers, and he's still running his main message, which is like he wants people to come over and fuck him. But
yeah, bro. He's like a lot more open kind of, but an of age, like Jerry Epstein or whatever that guy's name is.
Yeah, well,
the fucking Jewish kid's dick or whatever that guy's name is.
That guy's a real monster. The difference is that this is a guy who likes grown men.
Yeah.
And he's willing just to let you live with him if you will fuck him. But it's crazy. I know. The best part is that so they interview him, and then at the end, Josh comes with he has a bag. And so we have like merch for him. We're like, we made this shirt and this shirt, and he's getting the shirts like handed to him, and he's rolling his eye. He's like, that looks cool. He's like rolling his eyes, which I think is hilarious. Yeah. And he's like, thanks. Then Josh's like, we bought you a laptop. He's like, oh. And he takes the laptop. Then he gives him an iPhone. And he's like, can you set this up for me? And Josh's like, I can't fucking set up your phone. And then finally he gives him cash, and he's like, thank you. And he just like texts it aside.
Really?
Yeah, it's great. But like the whole thing's fascinating,
Yeah.
It's just it's a random dude who has a story.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like it.
Yeah, that is interesting. It makes me. Well, first I'm going to tell you about this kid Jason too, who I made pizzas with, so I don't forget.
Yeah, tell me.
So he was on uppers, right? And so I couldn't even afford uppers. This is back when you had $5.45 an hour. $4.75. They would put a different poster. Sometimes the guy would put a poster that was from a decade earlier for the minimum wage on it, and you'd fucking forget.
By the way, don't forget this, but nothing pissed me off more than when I was in college and like our suite mates, like guys who lived across the hall, would order pizza and like not tip the driver. Even we're poor college students, but I was like, dude, you don't get. And he's like, I told him to keep the change, but the change is like 28 cents.
Yeah.
Like they're like, what do you tip? I'm like, give him a couple bucks, man. And they were like, the people fixated on no tip for the pizza guy. I thought it was just the most garbage thing you could do.
Yeah,
anyway.
Yeah, it's crazy that's crazy that that people don't tip. I would rather tip sometimes more than the meal even.
I do that at
now that I can afford it, even especially it's like that's the person I'll always give money to.
Especially like when you order like out on the road, I'm always like looking for a breakfast place.
Oh yeah,
you go there, because I love breakfast. So it's like I love
breakfast too.
Omelet, coffee, and the total is like $11.
Yeah.
So what, am I gonna be like? Well, let me calculate. You deserve
$1.60.
Come on,
no,
dude, you fucking throw
$8,
20.
Yeah, it's $9, brother.
Yeah, of course.
Well, this guy was on uppers, dude. I would barely have my pizza made, right? My dough out, and he would have his shit folded into a fucking like a macho man, like a swan. You know, like he would have his folded in like a Sherman tank. You know, it'd be like he was so fast with the dough.
Well, he would. See through the matrix with
he would
like the uppers would even help him.
He was, dude, if he was alive now and they had Instagram, and he also might be alive, but if there was a way to know if he was alive or not, at a mass scale, he would be a star, man, because this guy could, I mean, he'd
have a cooking show or something. Do you like the cooking shows?
I don't watch any of that. That's more for women, I think.
Okay.
I don't watch somebody fucking cook while I'm laying there hungry, bro. What is this, Guantanamo Bay?
You can be fed and watch it.
Yeah, but still, it just seems outlandish, bro. I'm not that lazy.
Okay, all right. All right.
Not that lazy where I'm going to watch somebody putting a recipe together. You know what I'm saying? Who am I?
Do you want to see like some high-level chef do some shit? You don't like that?
Nah.
I don't watch, but I still think
really?
it's no.
You seem like somebody that watch it.
No, I just feel like, but I love chefs, but I have that thing. I get overwhelmed at choices to watch. So a lot of times I come on, like pull up Netflix, you know, and I'll be like, that looks fucking cool, and it will be like a chef show, and I'll see like the trailer, but then I'm like, yeah, I got to see what else though, and I end up always going to what almost feels natural, you know, like a crime thriller.
Oh yeah.
And I'll be like, that's just what I want to watch.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I go into those crime thrillers a lot. What were we talking about? So Billy Conforto. Remember you talked about him, Rip Billy Conforto, right?
Yes, he died in the embankment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he was a buddy of mine when I was young. You know, he was, I told you a little bit. He was a bus boy, basically.
The pride of, what is it, Lucerne?
From Laplace.
Laplace.
Yeah. He was a fighter. He's one of America's first homosexual not firefighters, fist fighters.
What?
Yeah. So he could beat anybody's ass, dude. And then
what do you
also.
Mean? He was a fight he was a professional fighter?
He was semi-pro, I think. Like he beat people up like in the area.
But you're saying he was the first homosexual fist fighter?
By far. Name one.
Billy. That's Billy. Yeah. No,
Name
you're right.
an openly gay dude who beat somebody's ass, bro.
No, there's probably not. I mean,
he would give you the shirt off of his back. I mean, no joke, the nicest person I ever met. And when like there was
you'd see him fight people though?
Oh yeah. We'd go to clubs and people would start shit and he would just beat the shit out of them.
Were you in a lot of fights?
No, I wasn't in a lot of fights. I got beat up by some black guys a couple times, but I wasn't in like on a regular like circuit or anything.
Yeah.
And but he could fist fight, dude. And he sold weed and he was just my buddy. He kind of like took me under his wing, you know?
Yeah.
And I thought one time he gave me a couple somas and tried to make a move on me, but I don't remember. And I was pretty much unconscious, but.
So it could have happened. Something could have happened.
It could have happened, but when I asked my inner spirit, did it happen?
It says no.
It says no.
Wow.
But here's the crazy thing is, so now like we got T-shirts and stuff made of him. So I'm gonna surprise his mother. I've never even met his mother.
What are you gonna do?
I'm gonna just, we're gonna take proceeds from the shirts and just go do something nice for her, right?
That's nice.
So I'm gonna sit down with her and just be like, do you realize how many people care about your son? Yeah. Think about him.
How long ago did he die?
Probably 16 years ago, probably.
And was it there? It was.
Yeah, in New Orleans or in Laplace. His whole family got pilled up and just straight up drove into shit. Like they were.
You know, my whole family's from Louisiana, right? Yeah. Yep.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Well, then why did you want to do the wall and everything?
It's funny.
Yeah. It is pretty funny, I guess.
Yeah, it's funnier now.
Now that what?
That I have even more jokes about it.
Oh, yeah, that's what I heard. Yeah, you said that. Wait till my new special when I really go in.
Yeah. No, but they like the joke starts with a real conversation. Like the bit that I do about a conversation with a guy from Lafayette who asks me, like, are you from down there? And I'm like, the fuck out of here. Like in the joke, I'm like, no. But the truth is that we are,
Wow.
We have our whole lineage traced back to 1730. So
that's when we started down there.
Yeah, so we found the dude, the actual the people who we actually have genealogists do it.
Damn.
It was 19 years ago.
Yeah.
They hired these guys. So this was before 23andMe and all that shit. It was a dude had to actually look it up.
Yeah.
And he did a presentation at a family reunion.
No.
Yes, and it was 30 something. This dude named Francisco Segura comes to Spanish Iberia, and everybody was like, "Oh, this is cool."
That's down by Lafayette. It sounds like.
Yeah, and he's like, "We're like, oh, this is cool," and then they're like, "And he killed this guy and that guy," and everyone's like, "All right."
Sounds really cool now.
Yeah, and they're like, "And he started this business," and we're like, "Oh, that's cool. He's really successful." We're like, "That's interesting," and they're like. And then he left his 40 slaves to this person. And everyone's like,
wow,
all right, man, this is getting
a little hot. The one mixed family, the one mixed kid in the family.
Like, like talking about slaves.
The mixed baby stopped shaking his rattle.
What's up, man?
That's crazy.
Yeah, but they're all from there. Yeah.
Wow, that's wild, dude. So you're kind of a Louisiana comedian.
Louisiana and Mississippi. A lot of are down in Mississippi.
Damn, dude.
And then Louisville. A lot of people in Louisville.
Oh.
Yeah.
This just keeps getting wilder.
Yeah, a lot of Southern people.
Yeah, man. So that's where you're from.
I mean,
that's where
I was
your
raised
bones are
more
from.
Midwestern, but yeah, people are from down there.
And we just had Gary Owen in here out of Cincinnati.
Yeah, I've never met him.
You haven't?
Never met Gary, no.
He doesn't seem like the kind of guy really that probably likes to meet a lot of other people either.
Really?
I don't think so.
That's the vibe you got? You don't like to meet people?
Like, it doesn't seem like he's going to stop over to say hey. You know? It's kind of like come to him and say hey.
So what was it like?
It was cool. I mean, I'm a fan of Gary. He definitely seems a little bit more like come say hey to me than I'm going to come say hey to you.
I mean, that's fair enough, I guess.
But it's fair. He's been doing it a long time.
Yeah.
And
does very well.
Yeah.
Really locked down a lane, too.
One of a kind.
Yeah.
I mean, he's like kind of like the athletic Bill Burr,
Is he like super athletic?
He dresses like he is, so I bet he probably is.
Lots of Jordans and sweatpants and shit?
Yeah, Jordans. He has a couple like white towels hanging off him at all times.
Damn, really leaning in.
Yeah, he is. Yeah. He's definitely, he's sort of that, he's got that, he's kind of that dark ginger fire, you know?
Mm-hmm. I feel weird about claiming places because I moved so much.
Yeah.
So, you know what I mean? Like, I left Cincinnati when I was 9. So it is my hometown birthplace, but I left when I was 9. You don't really feel like an attachment to a place. You know what I mean?
Not at 9, especially those years after years, like 9 to 18. Those are really years I think you really get attached to a place.
And even in those, I moved. So it's like, I feel like
whenever you met your wife, did you know that this is gonna be my wife, or was it?
No,
kind of
because we were both like new comics, right? And we
got a question right here.
Very related.
We'll take it. This is actually Gary Owen.
He doesn't seem as athletic as
Tom. I'm a huge fan. Brandon Paris from Georgia here. By the way, why do you guys never come to Georgia? For the love of God, at least go to Atlanta. It's a big place. People.
I've been there.
I'm sure there's tons of fans here.
So he's lying.
Anyways, my question is, just got out of a long-term relationship. We were married. Thought she was the one. Apparently not. Tom, when you met Christina, I know you knew her, I think, for quite a while before you actually married her. How did you know she was actually the one? That way, I don't make the same mistake. Even though my last relationship, I wouldn't say a mistake. It happened.
I like how he calls his marriage a relationship. He's like, I was in a relationship that didn't work out. My wife.
I was in a relationship with this house and this lady and this cat and these future plans.
How do you not know? I don't know, man. I mean, like...
Well, people make a wrong decision a lot of the times now.
But ultimately, you still just trust your gut on everything, right? It's a feeling. It's like a feeling. I mean...
Yeah, but I think some people's guts are less calculated.
Definitely right.
Did you know, though? Like, did you... Well, you said you were friends for a while.
So I was friends for a while.
But did you have a sexual interest while you guys were friends?
Well, I thought she was attractive, obviously, but I wasn't like... I knew she was dating somebody.
Oh,
so,
yeah.
I mean, I don't like go like, I'm going to try to pursue someone in a relationship.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So we would just see each other at shows. It was always just like, I liked her, friendly, cool. But I mean, I didn't go like, hopefully you break up soon. You know what I mean? It's not like the...
Yeah, you didn't have voodoo dolls or any of that,
Nah,
or do
man.
the Wiccan shit.
I got a phone call from a friend of mine who was like, she broke up with her boyfriend. So I just swooped in.
A friend of yours who you paid to sit outside of her apartment?
Yeah, basically, yeah. East Side guy, you know how they are. So...
Oh, yeah, dude, right where I want to live.
Yeah, man. So those guys,
Reincarnacion,
they got your back, man. So he told me what was up. He's like, come on over now, player. So, yeah, I swooped in. I remember, she had more attitude. Like she was like when someone's like sometimes broken up, they got kind of a shit attitude.
Yeah.
I really like that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I like a bad attitude, Not like permanently, but I don't like, hi, whatever you want to do, like shit like that immediately, like I'm not. So, you gotta follow your dick in all of those decisions. Like, so whatever excites you, you have to at least pursue. And then you see where it goes. And then you're in a relationship. I mean,
I struggle with a lot of that, yeah. So it's interesting that...
Are you in a relationship now?
No, I date, but that's about it.
But I ran into you with a girl, I don't know, it was a while ago. Remember we went at that taping?
At the comedy
No, Vegas.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that was a girl that I was dating.
You were dating her.
Yeah, and so she and I still kind of date, but it's like I have my biggest thing is just commitment issues. I just don't want. It just really scares me. I don't know if I could live with somebody like that kind of stuff. Scares me at a level that like.
What scares you about it?
It just right now, even saying it makes me feel uncomfortable. I don't know, dude. If I knew, man, I would know.
Yeah.
So I don't.
So do you have any interest in having kids?
Yeah, I think I do.
You do.
That's the part that kind of keeps me inching over there. Because otherwise,
I think people who say, because some people legitimately are like, I never want to have kids. I think it makes a lot of sense to stay, not necessarily single, but like what, why? I feel like a marriage should be like if you want a family.
Yeah.
Personally, obviously, people do whatever they want, but I don't know why you would get married necessarily
if you don't want a family.
Yeah. Kind of. I mean, that's my thought.
Yeah.
You're just like, no, I guess if you're like, I have to legally lock this down,
right?
Then you can. But I think family.
Like if there's land issues or something like that.
Sure. Yeah. You want the deed to be signed. But other than that, I don't know. I feel like this dude has to. It's hard. It's. If you like, how you said some people don't make that right choice. I think people end up knowing when they are that person. And if you are the person who doesn't have good instincts, you have to learn to not trust your instincts, which is hard to do.
Right. Which is still also learning your instincts. So it's not only having instincts, but learning them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, do you feel like you'll be a lifelong bachelor type or no?
I don't know. One of my biggest fears, honestly, is getting married or something, but knowing it's part of my brain that I might get out of that. And so, then why even get into it in the first place?
But that's smart to not act on it then. Like if you're thinking like that. Yeah. It also might just mean that you're not just ready. You're just not ready for it right now.
Yeah, I think I'm just not ready for it.
Yeah, maybe
right
like 3 years from now, you'll be like, oh my God, I definitely have to get married and have a kid.
Yeah, I could imagine like that kind of changes in you.
And it might just be the person you meet. That's the thing is like I still think it's a feel like you might meet a woman who completely transforms your thought on that, and the idea of her getting away just completely cripples you. And if that's the case, you're probably going to be like, okay, let's get married.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Because you're just so crazy about it. But you were asking me shit like, do you guys sleep in the same room?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, because see, that would be another thing. If I was
when your dad and my mom were together, alive, right? Did they sleep in the same room?
No, they didn't sleep in the same room.
Really?
Yeah, my dad slept on the couch. My mom slept in her room. So maybe that could be why part of that's in my head.
That's definitely why it's in your head.
But yeah, it just
he slept on the couch. It was comfortable to him.
Yeah, I think so. I get he was out there, like he didn't act like, oh shit, I'm out here.
Yeah.
I think he kind of liked it. I wouldn't want to sleep in the same bed as my mom.
Why?
I just wouldn't want to. I don't think. Like I wouldn't mind it for a nap or something, but I'm not staying in there all night.
And you don't think a man that's married to her would want to?
No.
But is something about your mom?
I think, yeah, she's just not the kind of lady. I wouldn't lay that to her next to her that long with my eyes closed and fucking think everything's in a fucking.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I could see her.
Crazy temper?
No, just kind of like, making a choice in the middle of the night that you wake up and feel like, oh, this is something maybe you should have consulted with me on,
Really?
Yeah, she's just kind of like a go get it kind of lady.
Are you close?
Yeah, we're pretty close these days. I think about as close as we can be.
Talk a lot?
Yeah, we talk a lot. Sometimes it's more like listening, It's like,
yeah.
Do you ever notice that with your parents at all?
Oh, yeah, sometimes.
I do not want to answer the phone sometimes, but I just do it just because, like, I know I have, like, a responsibility as a son. Like, she's probably lonelier than I am. She doesn't have, that kind of stuff.
My dad, too, will be like, just like, yeah, and then this and that. And he's like, all right, well, I love you. I'm like, do I get to say
anything?
Like, something back? Or? I wasn't ready to hang up. Oh, what? He's like, what is it? I'm like, I just thought a conversation would be like more back and forth. He's like, okay. And then I'm like, so yeah, I mean, your grandkids are good. And then I'm like, all right, man. He's like, all right, buddy. I'm like, just immediately.
That's crazy.
It's like like they just want to get something out, I think.
Do you think sometimes there is definitely a moment I notice, like in phone conversations where I get like, yeah, at the end of the conversation, like I don't know what to say, or it's like if somebody's gonna say I care, I don't care, I love you, I love you, and it's
yeah, but that depends on who you're talking to, right?
Yeah, but it's weird, like your brain's kind of playing this mental kind of hockey, almost like air hockey. It's like, what do we?
Yeah,
do
what do we do right here? The weirdest
Shut
one
the game down.
Is I have a friend, Roman, who will like you'll be like, all right, so you want to have dinner? Yeah, that'd be good. What time? I think 7. Do you want to meet at 7? And he goes, yeah. Hangs up.
Oh.
Doesn't do any type of you know what I mean? Like, don't you be like, all right, so I'll see you then. All right, bye. Like, there's no ending. He just goes, so 7's good. Click.
Wow. And you're like, oh, did something happen?
Yeah, I'm like,
is he in? Is he out?
All right, wait, is that how you end phone calls? Yeah. I'm like, what made you not say bye? He's like, I don't know. I mean, we agreed on 7. I'm like,
yeah.
But I mean, that is a bold move to just be like.
It's like Marty McFly kind of shit.
Right?
Like,
I mean, isn't that strange to you?
Maybe I'll be there, yeah.
Do you end you don't end phone calls like that.
No, not like that. Some people will even do text like that. How does 7 sound? down, and you'll say good, and then they don't rip right back.
Right.
And it's like,
no, you got to confirm.
Yes.
Yeah. That if you're agreeing on a time, all right, see you then.
Yeah, see you then.
That's enough.
Yeah.
But on a phone call to be like, I'll see you at 7.
That's crazy. That's
all
so
right.
brave.
I mean, that's like a general telling you what to do. Like, okay.
Yeah, man, that's so brave. It's like, it's almost like part of Call of Duty or something.
Yeah.
Oh, what's that at your door? I wonder if it's a eclair or a sugar treat. Could be some steak meal or something wonderful that you want. It's been a long day. You know, maybe your boss, he got upset at work and threw away your video games or threw out your foot lotion. Well, you can change that. You can change your vibe. And you don't have to cook for yourself today, this morning, tonight. Because restaurants come to you with DoorDash. DoorDash connects you to your favorite restaurants in your city via your phone. The ordering it's simple. You use the DoorDash app and choose what you want to eat. You want to eat this, you want to eat that, eat this or that. And a dasher will bring it to you anywhere you are. You've all heard of Dasher, one of the famous reindeer. Well, this is similar but different. Not only is that burger place that you love on DoorDash already, but over 310,000 other amazing restaurants are as well. It connects you with door-to-door delivery in over 3,300 cities, all 50 states, and Canada, our strong white friend of the North. Order from your local go-tos or choose from your favorite chains like Chipotle, Wendy's, Chick-fil-A. You want it, they'll bring it, and the Cheesecake Factory. Right now, our listeners can get $5 off their first order of $15 or more when you download the DoorDash app and enter promo code Theo, T-H-E-O. That's $5 off your first order when you download the DoorDash app from the App Store and enter promo code Theo. Again, that's promo code Theo for $5 off your first order from DoorDash. I got to tell you that your confidence is important. Sometimes one change can make all the difference. You know, I've had times where I had confidence and times where I didn't have any confidence. Well, Hair Club knows this, and they're inviting you to become part of the Hair Club family to see how getting the most out of your hair can change your life. They understand the emotions you're feeling and know the questions you have. Hair Club is the leader in total hair solutions with a legacy of success for over 40 years. It's a long time of helping people with their hair issues. Whether you're looking to revitalize the growth of your own hair or to learn more about the latest proven methods for hair replacement or restoration, Hair Club's professionally trained stylists, hair health experts, and consultants will craft a personalized solution to ensure you feel your best and get the most out of your hair. See for yourself just how powerful great hair can be. Go to hairclub.com/Theo today for a free hair health and scalp analysis for new customers. And enjoy a $250 savings on any qualifying Hair Club service after your initial consultation. You know I know about hair. You know I got that bad baby lettuce hanging off the back. And I'm letting you know that you can learn all you want and help yourself at hairclub.com/Theo for a free hair analysis and scalp analysis. Enjoy a $250 savings on any qualifying Hair Club service after your initial consultation. That's hairclub.com/Theo. Experience your hair and your life at its best, only with Hair Club. I'm certain that you'll love the club. Yeah, I was thinking whenever I was over at you guys' podcast that, like, nothing ever happened between me and your wife. You know that, right?
I mean, yeah.
Because I felt like I said that there and you didn't believe me.
I did not believe you.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that's Johnny laughing. He thinks things are funny.
Why would I not believe you?
I don't know. I just got this energy, and I didn't want you. I don't want you to.
Dude, there was people who believed that I hadn't seen that video. I can't. I mean,
Yeah.
At this point, I can imagine how gullible some people, but like all kinds of people are like, "Oh shit, did you see Tom react when he saw that video?" Then I'm like, "You didn't get that was a joke?"
Yeah.
Like I was like, "What the fuck is this?" And they're like, "Oh, he's gonna flip out.
He's gonna lose it, bro." There's, I read an article the other day. There's an estimated 1,100 people in hiding in America from Y2K that have no
1,100.
That's how gullible. Like just saying on that frame rate. Like,
yeah.
There's 1,100 people hiding under fucking, a Hardee's or who think there's nothing up here anymore. Like, when you think about that level of gullibility existing,
yeah.
it's
You can get people to believe anything.
It's crazy.
You get I always thought the whole thing was silly with you guys.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't think that video was weird at all.
I didn't think it was weird at all. I mean, I thought it was just, kind of nice. She was kind of taking control of the interview a little bit, and and that was it.
I saw that thing like, I don't know, years ago. I was like, why would I react to that?
Yeah.
Seems silly.
Did you feel upset that I didn't try to make any moves on your wife?
No.
Okay.
I mean,
I've always thought that she was an attractive lady, but I never. Yeah, it was just
when you guys in the green room, I was like that. Then she was like, then somebody was like, "What about when you guys were on TV on the same show or something?"
Oh yeah.
I was like, I mean, that was 20 years ago. I don't know. Like, why?
Yeah,
would I?
no.
But even if you had, I'd be like, that's 20 years ago. Like, you're gonna get mad at someone for something they did 20 years ago.
Yeah, it wouldn't be fair.
It'd be ridiculous.
Yeah, but yeah, I just want you to know there was never even. I've always thought that she was an attractive lady. I remember seeing her on TV when I was, in college and stuff.
Did you ever hook up with any of the
and after that,
people on TV?
Into the cast on the reality show?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure. I got a couple hand jobs or something.
Think about it.
It was so long ago.
Yeah.
16 years ago now. 17, 18 years ago.
You think it was just handies back then?
I think there was some older woman that I kind of had sex with, I think, once.
The older woman that I kind of had sex with.
Yeah. That's kind of the story of my life, dude. Yeah,
do you like older ladies?
No. But this is just kind of...
What's the biggest age gap you've ever had?
Oh, I don't know, probably. Besides when I came out of my mother, probably.
Yeah.
I would say... I don't know, man. Maybe 48. So 9 years.
That's not that.
Maybe this lady's 48 now, and I'm 39, so maybe. Because at some point, it's almost like you're holding a bag of someone, and they're inside of it. That's what I don't like whenever...
Someone's old?
Yeah. You know what I'm talking about, though, kind of?
No, but I'd keep going.
Next time you hug somebody that's old, grip them in the back with both your hands like that.
Okay, and
they're gonna
really
hold on, and they're gonna try to get away a little, right? And that's nature. That's human nature.
Because they'll feel the grip.
Yeah, it just is a human nature. When somebody grabs you from your back, you want to. It's an escape
away.
thing. Yeah, nature, right?
Yeah.
So you're gonna feel that, and you're still gonna kind of. It's almost going to feel like you put somebody in a sleeping bag and held onto the bag, and they try to run off.
And that's how you feel like sex with older women is like.
Yeah, because I hate to say that because it's kind of rude, but their skin gets kind of loose,
What about Johnny? You look like you've been with some old broads. What's the oldest you've had?
Oh, that's so true, isn't it? Let's get
when I was 16, I hooked up with a 45-year-old woman.
That is, yeah. How was it?
How was it?
It got pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you mean 16? You're talking to somebody who was molested, brother?
Yeah.
How was
true.
it?
Was it great?
Yeah, it was kind of great at the beginning, and then it got kind of weird towards the end.
I had a similar thing.
Yeah, kind of weird towards the end in court. Okay, that's why.
I was older than you, but I was still like 21, and this lady was in her 40s.
Wow.
And it was not good. And
it wasn't good. Why? You fell in love?
No, I was fucking blackout drunk. And I've said this before on a pod, but like when I woke up, you know, you could come out of a blackout and you're like, I don't know where I am. I was looking out a window, just looking into a backyard. And I was like, you know, when you wake up from a blackout and you're like,
yeah.
I don't know what I'm looking at right now. I was like,
it's like Flowers for Algernon. Have you ever read that book?
No.
It's kind of like that a little bit.
Yeah?
I think so. Thanks.
He's like, that's good description.
Nick's read it.
I just feel a hand. I feel a hand.
No.
On my abdomen, and I'm like I look down. I'm like, what the fuck? I mean, because I was that like really, really blackout drunk.
That drunk.
And then you start to have little little pieces of it come alive.
Yeah. You're like,
Like,
oh.
and I hear her go like, "Hey, sweetie, like, how are you feeling?" I'm like, "What the fuck?" And I turn, and I'm not exaggerating. I've said this, and it's true. It looked like Bill Belichick in a wig. Like, it looked like, wow, a fucking kind of a man who smokes and works at a diner or something.
Wow.
And I was like, holy shit. And she was like, I'm going to take a shower. And I thought I would.
Thought she was going to say shit.
No, I was like, I'll split right now. Like, and I realized I'm like picking my clothes up from all over the house, and I'm getting dressed. And I realized I'm about to walk out the door, like, I don't know where I am. And I also didn't drive here.
Yeah.
So I just have to wait in her kitchen for her to finish showering. I'm looking at the fridge. It's got report cards for her kids. It's like 6th grade. And I was like, oh, fuck, man. I'm just like waiting for her to come down. I was like, Jesus.
Did you feel sad? Like, did you feel like, I'm trying to wonder some of the feelings that I would probably have. Did you feel like ashamed kind of because it was like a mom? Like, once you realized that?
No, I felt ashamed because I could only remember bits and pieces. Like, it started to come a little more alive, but there was definitely things that I didn't remember at all, you know? Mm-hmm. And like, I was like, oh man, you know, because it doesn't feel good to come out of that. And then like, she was so hideous. So I was like, Jesus.
Was she strong at least, or was there, what are some like redeeming qualities?
She had a thick traps.
Oh,
so like,
yeah.
You know, she could do shrugs.
Oh yeah.
You know, damn. But like, no, it wasn't a good look. I remember, you know, so she had big.
She could do this well. Like, yeah, she could do this.
I remember that I was.
She had big fakies.
Yeah,
huh?
she had big. Like, they were like rocks.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they were rocks. I remember I was going down her
like
navel.
Pogo balls. Yeah.
Going down, and I remember her grabbing my face and going, "You don't want to do that." I was like, "All right."
Maybe your ex-husband's ashes were down there.
I don't know. Could have been a lot of nasty shit down there. It wasn't good, man. But
or maybe she had something in her belly button she didn't want you to see.
I've never thought of that, and I like that way more. Way more.
Like, oh, I hid.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nobody will ever find it there.
Would you hook up with like a 60 or 70-year-old?
No. No, I have to, like, I would feel, you know what's interesting to me, like when you're even saying like that moment in the kitchen where you're sitting there, it's like, I would have moments like that and be like, man, it's just weird how far we all go to like get some type of human connection, you know?
Yeah.
Like it's this crazy lengths, and then I would feel like there are certain ages where I would feel like so ecstatic about it. This is dope. Yeah. And then later on, I would feel like, oh man,
you feel kind of empty, right?
Yes, I would feel kind of empty, which is weird because you kind of shouldn't, because you're just people that want to connect, and it's like, yeah, to go through all these barriers, you know, or you know, alcohol and stuff helped kind of keep the barriers at bay.
But I think ultimately, when you feel that little bit of emptiness from a thing like that, it's a good thing that you feel it,
right?
Because it's really not how you want to be.
Yeah,
right?
It's a good sign.
It's a good sign that you're not like, you know, and I felt like that, I think, on other like one night hookups.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
Like it is better when you kind of.
Oh, dude, this girl's house I went over to one time, she had probably 5-6 dogs, dude, in a studio apartment, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And she broke out that cooter, bruh, and these animals, I mean, it was like it was Thanksgiving. They all jumped up on the bed, you know? And I was like, this is insane.
And you guys fucked with the animals on the bed? You fucked with the
animals? Tried to. We did our best.
She doesn't even go away to the animal?
At first, she kind of like put a pillow like in front of one of them. Like, he's still going to know we're fucking.
Yeah, of course.
You know? Like and he could just put his neck like that. Like it was a long animal.
Yeah.
So I just didn't get like some of her... But it was crazy, man. It was almost like being, it felt like March of the Penguins a little bit, you know?
Were you fucked up?
Yeah, I'm sure I've been drinking. This is back when I used to drink a little.
So what did you like the most when you were partying?
Oh, cocaine, man.
Did you have a top 3 cities that you would go to? You know what I mean? Like that you would look forward to, where you're like, that, like, you know what I mean? Like when you get a date, you're like, fucking Tempe, that's where it's going to go.
Oh, Tempe was always just a fun place because it was always a lot of girls there.
But what was the best Coke place?
Oh, I didn't really have them. I mean, New York or L.A., really.
Really?
Yeah, it was just, I didn't do it for long. I just did it sometimes up at the Comedy Store. And when I would do it, I would get off into these, you know, it almost gave me an excuse to just get into whatever. Like, I remember buying a bunch of Coke from a dude that had a wolf over up near the near the 101 in Vine.
He had a wolf?
This dude had a fucking wolf, bro.
Not like a Siberian husky.
No, I'm talking like Jack London, dude, like straight out the book, you know? And this dude put him in the back seat, bro. He gets in the car. I just want some Coke. He gets a call. His mom had died.
During the...
Yeah.
What do you do?
You have to be there for them.
For your Coke dealer.
Bro, it was so...
How long did you stay in the car?
Probably 2.5 hours, dude.
For an 8
heartbroken.
Like,
yeah.
Does he give it to you for free? Is he like...
No, at the end I still had to pay and everything, but it was heartbreaking. I drove him around for a while. I mean, I just felt horrible. You know, we didn't have anybody to call. It was almost sad. It was like you saw the other side of, like, I don't know. That was the worst, man. Dude, I've ended up in a lot of shit like that. They had a guy in high school who went to the senior prom, right? And so he asked me to give him a ride to, like, this party after.
Yeah.
In the car, he starts telling me that he wants to move to Hollywood, right?
And where are you? This is in
high school, Louisiana.
Okay. All right.
In Mandeville, Louisiana. So he starts telling me, and then he says that people have always said he looks like Damon Wayans, right? Remember Damon Wayans?
Sure.
And he is like, it's a white guy with like a shaved head.
It's a white guy?
Yeah, bro.
He's like, people are always saying, look like Damon Wayans.
And that's why he wants to go to Hollywood, bro. And he's like bawling, crying in my car. He had on one of those shirts.
Wait, why is he bawling, crying?
I don't know. He had on one of those shirts with like those shoulder pads in it. Remember, like your mom used to wear sometimes. You know, like it was like feminism, but it was a shirt.
Yes.
And it was dude, he had on one of those, bro, and he was crying.
The shoulder pads was a bad fad, man. The craziest.
My mom had so many of those.
Yeah, of course.
If your mom didn't have a husband, she had a couple of those jackets.
Yeah, no, those were big. Those were big, dude. The 80s.
And he had that on. He just literally, I had to just be there. I had to just like be there for him. I had to sit there and listen and just be supportive, you know. But and I missed the whole after party.
That sucks.
I've
It's prom
seen your
night.
prom, yeah.
Jesus.
It was the
Just
worst.
listen to him talk about how he looks like Damon Wayans.
Yeah.
And wants to move
And
to
how he's
Hollywood.
never going to live up
Did
to
you
his
want
potential.
to move to Hollywood then?
No, I don't think so. I wanted to be an attorney, I think.
You wanted to be an attorney.
Yeah.
So I wanted to be a doctor. You wanted to be an attorney.
Yeah, and I guess looking back on it, I'm trying to think if there was, I stayed in comedy. I was thinking about this the other day because honestly, the truth is it provided me an escape. I just didn't want to settle down. I didn't want, I couldn't just be somewhere. And I always, you know, I could date a couple, you know, I could date somebody and then leave town for a week and then come back, and you could never kind of pick up and get enough momentum going. So everything kind of started and stopped. And
You like that?
I think I liked it. I think it was the only way I could be comfortable.
What was the turning point for you career-wise? Special?
No, special didn't do anything.
Really?
Yeah.
At all?
My special did nothing, yeah.
Like, you didn't feel any change?
Dude, I remember, well, first, they had like a group that started that was like, go and bash this special, right? Like right whenever mine came out. It was like, go put, 1 star. This one you could still star stuff on Netflix. You may still be able to. And it was like, and I started getting just screenshots of this thread or whatever that people had made. And
Why
like,
did they do that?
I don't know. Just, I mean, it was right around
Just targeted?
That's what I think. I mean, it was around the time somebody wrote an article that like, oh, this is the Donald Trump of comedy kind of. So there was like just like a lot of negative stuff, you know. And it was an original that Netflix had done, but everybody else got like a billboard. Everybody else got, put on the front page. Like there was just, I don't know. There was, I'm not saying woe is me. Like obviously it was still cool to have the experience.
Yeah.
But it didn't do anything. It didn't like push the needle anywhere.
So this did though. This is what did it.
Yeah, podcasting and just doing my comedy, just getting people out to the show.
So that you're getting a lot of return people. You're saying like it's growing from the live show.
I think it's growing from live show.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the special didn't do. I remember going to Chattanooga like a month after the special, and I remember getting there, and I was like, "Oh man, this is gonna be my life's changed.
Yeah.
Right? It'll be different." And I got there, and there was like 7 tickets sold.
Wow.
And it was like, and the owner felt bad. I think he even felt bad a little bit. Like I felt bad because they had, he paid high, a little bit of a premium,
Right.
not much, but a couple $1,000,
Yeah.
like. And it was just like, man.
So when did you start to feel the change? Like what? How long ago?
Maybe about like 9 months ago.
That recently? Wow.
Yeah,
That's great.
maybe about 9 months ago.
So people have been going to the shows and then online, like the internet.
Yeah,
like
and then the podcast is doing well. It's hard then once you start to once things start going well to try and I don't know. It's just different. It's like I always knew myself as like in an underdog space.
Yeah,
and then it's like you can't not still be an underdog, but it's like it changes when there's people coming out and you're getting, I guess validation, or I don't know what it is. You're getting support.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't know. It's different. It's kind of like I don't really know who I am in this space. Not that I have to, but it's just different.
Yeah, I can see that.
So it's, I don't know. But
did you want to tell the first guy anything?
Yeah, I think, dude, if you got into one marriage and it didn't work out, then you probably have a lot more knowledge than you think. That's what I would say to him.
All right.
You probably have just such experience now. Like, you got way more experience than I do. You know what I'm saying, dude? I fucking, I don't have that. I don't have a marriage experience.
Yeah.
I've been in, I've had bad sex with countless women.
Hundreds? Were you about to say hundreds?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Dude, nobody's provided more bad sex across America than your boy right here.
Really?
Oh. I'll put that up against anybody, bruh. You know what I'm saying?
What do you think do you play the game? Do you know your number?
No, I don't.
You don't. But you don't want to even get into it.
No, I don't. I mean, I know it's probably a decent number. It's probably something Brendan Schaub couldn't count to. Let's put it there.
He can't count that.
I know he can't, bro. Yeah. Have you seen his little counting thing?
No.
Oh, it's crazy.
Really?
You know those things that kids have with the slider?
That's how he does it?
Little bitty one.
A pocket abacus?
Yeah.
He's like 2, 3, 4, and he sounds it out. 5.
And then one time he ate one of the things off of it.
So now he doesn't even know that the 10's really nice. Yeah.
The other day I heard him say, carry the 40. And I'm like, he's done. He's done, man. Mm-hmm. But
before we get to another question,
joking,
I wanted to get your guys' reaction on this video of a mutual friend of your guys's. This is
oh yeah, it's Gucci.
It's Gucci Berry right there.
And there's Nick, the long neck, right?
That's Daddy. Oh wow,
Daddy long neck.
And Gronkowski kind of throws shade at him, huh? Look at him.
Does he?
He looks absolutely terrified.
Let's see it. Let's play it again. He looks freaked out.
Wow.
Gronk is fucking massive, dude. Jesus.
He's not that massive compared to that neck, dude. That neck's got some.
The neck is really something, but are you friends with him?
With
cousins?
long neck?
Yeah.
Yeah. Second cousins, actually.
No.
Yeah.
For real.
Swear. So that's crazy. That's why I felt like Gronk
is he from down
threw
there?
some shade at him. Nope. He has his mother's, I guess his grandmother's sister is from Mississippi.
Where does he live? What area?
He lives in Flint.
Oh, that's right.
He's gonna come out to my show in Detroit.
He is?
Yeah, he's gonna
Where
open
you
the
going?
show. I don't know. Fillmore or something? Is that a theater?
He's gonna open the show?
Yeah.
Well, you're gonna have him walk out and introduce.
Yeah, and just start the show off. Liddy like a titty, you know?
Yeah, he loves that. Yeah.
Dude, he's wild. Yeah. The problem he's having, people have taken advantage of him too. Other people took advantage of him. He said Supreme Maddie or somebody took advantage of him.
How'd they take advantage of him?
Got him involved. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about?
Supreme Patty?
Supreme Patty, yeah, sorry.
Who's that? Oh.
I mean, when I was young, it was a lunch lady.
Who's got like really bad acne and like just like breaks a bunch of shit.
Oh, okay. Not the human... is it human whatever? Superhuman?
No, he's like this kid who has like a really nice house in LA and he just like like he'll run into a store and like break shit and like walk out like one of those kids.
That's nice. Yeah. So what a skill set. So
so it's like
he took advantage of long neck?
Yeah, like got him and do videos, was gonna give him some money, didn't help him out.
And then where's Gucci?
Gucci Berry?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know that guy. And I also don't even really trust him. I don't think he seems nice, but
he's always with long neck though.
Yeah. But some of the tattoos on his face make me feel like, I don't know, some of his intentions are, I don't know what they are.
Okay. Yeah.
That's me.
You don't have a face tattoo, I noticed.
No.
Yeah.
Do you think it's interesting that kids are getting this kind of stuff now? Like, it's almost like our bodies aren't even, like, the next step is that it doesn't matter what we'll be wearing like an alternative layer of skin. That's what I feel like.
You think that's the next level? Well, there's also like people do insert horns, beads, stones in their face. The horn thing, I've always been like, you want to tell you want to roll?
I know.
Yeah, front horn, back horns. I mean, whatever you like, man. I don't think there's such thing as it's not gonna matter and affect how you interact with people.
No, not at all.
Yeah, it's always gonna be a thing. Just like now, I mean, writing shit on your face is always gonna have repercussions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But doesn't it seem like, when we were young, tattoos, or when I was in high school, stuff, if somebody got a tattoo, it's kind of a big deal.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And then it evolved some where, people are getting these wild piercings in the stretched earlobes.
Yeah.
And then now young people are even getting face tattoos. They're getting actually the most,
Yeah, you can't, dude. It's bad.
But it's getting more popular. Would you agree it's getting
is.
more popular, it seems like?
It's getting more popular, but here's the thing. There's no such thing as it not being an alarming choice.
Okay.
Like, the only time it's ever, you're like, yeah, but like, who cares?
Right.
It's a celebrity. It's somebody who's like, Post Malone. You're like, yeah, dude, if you're fucking selling out stadiums singing songs, go ahead and write fuck off on your face. No one cares. But like, if you are like a regular dude, you're like, I want to work in finance or something, you can't have shit like knives and fucking go Bucks on your face. It's just not gonna work, man.
Yeah.
Do it, but like you're fucking shit up.
Yeah, you can't have a tattoo of fucking what's that guy's name? Warren Sapp.
Warren Sapp.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't have Warren Sapp on
And
your
think
face.
you're gonna work at Wells Fargo.
It's a great choice for a tat.
Yeah.
But yeah. Hall of Famer, man.
But to me, it makes me think, okay, well, then we're not using our skin isn't going to be like, eventually we'll have another layer that we will wear. It'll seem silly.
It could be.
Like in 2 generations when people all have a new layer on. It'll be like, oh, can you believe? Like, I can't believe we don't even have a sealant on now. It's almost crazy that we run around with no sealant.
Yeah.
And I think it'll be like, oh yeah, like they used to have just their skin. Imagine going out every day in just your skin. What a psycho.
Right.
Like, we'll seem like crazy people to them.
I always think about what people used to smell like.
Oh yeah.
Like just even 150 years ago, what did people smell like?
You could smell it at the menstrual cycle on someone.
Man, oh, for sure. But like also, on a hot ass day now, you could feasibly be like, I'm gonna shower fucking 3 times a day, right? Like back even that long ago, you might not see water to bathe in for days, 100 degrees out, and you're wearing tight shit. Oh, man, like a French fucking, you're in a palace. Like, I mean, it's just like tight velvet shit.
Yeah.
Because, and it also took like an hour to someone help you get dressed. You're not taking that off.
No, not
for a
not,
while, man.
You're sleeping in that. You're getting up. You'll wash your face.
Your dookie shoot had to stink. Everything did. Everything was raw, dude.
I bet they let dogs clean their ass out.
Oh, I bet, yeah. Remember that crotch froth on
Can
like
you
a
imagine?
hot day?
Oh, like a Sam Adams down there.
It's gotta be nasty. Yeah, man.
like
Bulkhead on
oh,
it. Yeah.
dude, yeah. Like your
Nasty.
fucking dick is pouring a what's the one with the big head on it? The
Guinness?
Guinness, yeah.
Yeah.
Like your dick's pouring a Guinness.
Your dick's pouring a Guinness, and
Oh,
from a block away,
Oh.
people would be like, "Who's that?" That's Kevin, man.
Yeah.
He's here.
Yeah, you just came up from
know.
Florida.
Yeah. Oh man, imagine what it smelled like in Florida.
Dude, imagine going to visit somebody, writing them letters home, you'll be there in a couple months, you never show up, you get fucking killed.
Yeah, all the time that had to happen.
And you were just coming to hang out.
Or imagine if you're like, I love someone,
Oh.
and you're writing letters. It takes 2 months to get there.
But imagine I bet love was so much.
Intense.
Yes.
Yeah, but imagine if you're like, all right, I'm aboard this ship. I'm going to set sail. And then meanwhile, her letter's coming back like, I met somebody. You fucking show up. That had to happen all the time.
Yeah.
Somebody
You're
just
like the-
showed up. You're like, it took me 6 months to get here. And they're like, I met somebody. Yeah.
The
Go back.
slowest stalker.
The slowest stalker. Yeah. It had to be crazy, man.
Imagine then going to another country, because a lot of times, like, people from different countries do not smell as appealing to people from other countries, right? Just because they're not used to the scent.
Very common.
Imagine you boat from your country, you get off in, Pakistan or something.
Yeah.
You go down, you lose your mind.
You would definitely lose your mind.
You're like, I'm getting back on the ship.
Immediately. Yeah.
Dude, imagine getting on a ship. Imagine when people came to America.
Months, dude. You lived on a fucking boat for months.
You were probably gonna die before you got there.
Had to be all. They're just throwing bodies off the back every week.
Bodies off the back.
Yeah.
Let's get another question right here. This looks like it's from Louisiana.
He says he knows you, Tom.
Tom, Theo, what's going on, guys? Tom, I know you're thinking, this black guy looks
Oh, that's Steve from Cincinnati.
Well, I opened for you in 2015 in probably the worst comedy club weekend ever at the Toledo Funny Bone. I'm sure you remember the feature that ran over was real disrespectful. You heard that he was dating so-and-so. I want you to tell that story because it's really funny. But Theo, I do want to hear your worst comedy club experience. Keep up the funny, fellas. Gang, gang.
Steve Mack. Remember him?
I do remember him.
I just remembered him.
I do remember him.
Was he a bad guy? Was he not a bad guy? He's a nice guy. Was he a bad feature?
No, he was talking about somebody else.
Oh, he was.
Yeah. So I remember. Here's how I remember. I remember that dude was dating a nurse.
He married her.
He married her? There you go. Remember that. So what happened was, this actually happened to me twice at the same club, which is absolutely outrageous. Mm-hmm. The day of the show, the first time, like I see the feature who's booked for the weekend. I'm meeting him for the first time. Nice guy. He's like, oh, I got a call. Something happened with my wife. I got to go home. I got to leave. I can't do the weekend. I was like, okay. So the club, I'm like, oh, I have a friend who lives like an hour from here. Let's just have him. And they're like, oh, no, we already booked somebody. I'm like, this just happened. Like, how do you have somebody? I mean, I would prefer my friend to come in there like, no, you can't. And I guess I didn't have the juice, or I didn't make it. I wasn't like calling agents and managers, but I was like, I mean, I really would prefer this. No.
Yeah.
I was like, okay. So then the guy shows up who they told me is working, and I'm like, okay, nice to meet you. I kind of heard of him. He was nice. And then
was it Gary Owen?
No, it was not Gary. But he goes up there, and I'm not kidding you. Like at a certain, I forget, let's say like 20 minutes in or something. Like, how long is he doing? And they're like, I don't know. I'm like, whoa, that's how this works. Like, I need to know when this. You should probably light him soon. He does 45 minutes.
No way.
In the middle spot. And I was like, and for people to know, like these clubs, it basically goes 10 MC, 20 middle, 45 to 60 headliner. That's like, so the middle act just did like 45 minutes. And he does like a 15-minute merch pitch.
Oh.
Like when it starts, I'm like, all right. And then it continues on. Like he has bits about it and then wraps up and then mentions it again. I was like, Jesus Christ. So it becomes apparent that like he is a big merch guy. Mm-hmm. And the weekend for
Josh
him,
Sneed?
No, but he does have a really good merch business.
Because he has a good merch business. That's the only reason I say that.
It was
he's a nice guy.
Yeah, he's a super nice guy. And I don't want to like trash the guy, but it's not him.
Right.
But anyways, this guy's whole weekend becomes about like selling his merch.
Right.
And he has like, they're bringing in like carts with boxes, and I'm like, this is for the middle?
Yeah.
And like
Baby rattles, TNT. You're like, what is he selling?
And then every show I'm like, yo, man, like how, like, why don't you cut down your time? I don't need you to do 45. Does like 30 one show. I'm like, what are you doing, man? So it just becomes this ridiculous thing. And then a couple days into it, you know, we're all kind of talking about it, you know, staff, and they're like, oh, it's because he dates the manager. Oh. And I was like, oh, okay. So that's why she didn't let me bring somebody. And I was like, all right. So no shit. The next year, I show up and they're like, the middle can't make it. And I was like, okay. And I was like, here's what, and they're like, we already put out an offer to like 6 people. I'm like, what are you doing? Like, why? And I already know that, like,
you know what's going on.
I know what's happening. I go, okay. I go, well, here's what we're going to do. You already have your offers out to people. That's fine. But whoever you choose can't sell merch. And she goes, no merch? And I was like, nope. Sorry. I don't let my guys sell merch, which I do.
Right.
But I just know that she was like,
she's in the merch biz.
yeah. So I was like, yeah, whoever it is can't sell merch. And she was like, her head dropped. And she was like, okay.
Her history dropped. The vision of her children eating that month dropped on her head.
Man. And then the same guy shows up.
No.
Like, oh, what a fucking crazy coincidence.
Wearing the same clothes or different?
Different clothes. But he was like, moping around.
Oh, yeah.
I heard I can't sell.
He's wearing like 70 shirts.
Yeah, he's like asking people outside, do you want this? And then I fucking go into the lobby, and his merch is in the club's official section. Yes, I'm like, what the fuck? It was one of the most bizarre experiences where I'm like, why don't you just come out and say what you want?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, just tell me.
Right, like I want my boyfriend to work it if we
I want my
can.
boyfriend, and it's important to him to sell this or whatever. But like, when you pretend like it's not going on, like if you're gonna beat around, I'm not gonna help you out with that, And so,
God, that would make me mad.
it made me furious. And they're like, "Will you go back?" I was like, "Yeah, I'll go back. I'll go back for 110% of the door,
Yeah.
and half of the bar sales."
Yeah.
And that's the offer. Go ahead and set it up.
Leave it. Yeah. I'm trying to think of mine.
But he was great.
Yeah, Steve Mack's a good guy.
Steve was great.
Two beautiful kids now. I went to I was in Louisville, and they had, and I'd try to get if the audience gave me $100, right? Mm-hmm. I was gonna urinate in one of the speakers on stage, right?
What?
Yeah.
How were you fucked up?
I mean, I was having a few cocktails.
Okay, so this is like when you're
partying.
partying.
I was just drinking. Yeah. So we only got to about $80, right? So anyway, I got off stage. I'm outside. There's some people like saying, "Hey, dude, we're going to this. We're going to a house party. Something you want to come?" And I was like, "Only if my boy can come." And I look over, and they had an urban guy, in like a Louis Vuitton kind of jacket, like kind of like a black urban guy.
Okay.
And so I said, "Only if my boy can come." And I pointed at him. Right? I don't even know this guy. Okay. And they're like, "That's your boy?" And I'm like, "Yep, that's my boy." So next thing you know, we're all in a limo. This guy happens to be homeless, right? Or doesn't know where his home is, right? More that kind of guy. Okay. So anyway, we're all going to this party, and I walked right over to him. As soon as they said, yeah, he can come, I walked over to him. I was like, "Hey, dude, you ever been in a limo?" He's like, "No." I'm like, "You're coming with me. Just no matter what, pretend you're my best friend. That's it."
And was he good at that?
Bro, so good at it, right? We get in the car.
Because there's people that can't take that direction. They don't know what to do.
He immediately, dude, was like, "Oh, yeah." He started naming people. He actually was a little too good.
Right.
He'd be like, "Oh, yeah, you remember Wallace?" And I'm like, "No, nobody cares. Everybody's just drinking." Or he'd be like, "Yeah, Yvette died," And I'd be like, "Ah."
Yeah.
But anyway, we get to the party. We go in the house. It's like this kind of fancy party. A lot of people were there. Have been like maybe at a wedding or something. Mm-hmm. And we're there like 4 minutes. I hear people scream from upstairs and hear a window break. This guy went into the coat room, stole a bunch of purses, jumped out the window, and fucking
took
off.
Your boy?
Yeah.
Holy shit. That's pretty crazy. That's pretty crazy.
And I was like, man,
when I did Louisville,
he's changed a lot.
Did you do the club that like 5 guys owned it together? It was like...
I don't remember. It's Louisville downtown. That's all I remember. Louisville Improv is what I did.
Oh, okay. All right. No, so that was one of Joel's clubs that they ended up closing. There was another club that these dudes owned to get like friends, and one of the dudes was a recovering addict, but his main choice was crack, and he had like a very addictive.
He's Hufflepuff. Boy, I was fucking sniffing door. You feel me?
Yeah. He's definitely Hufflepuff, and he was addictive in every sense. So he was like, "You like this shirt?" It was like a blue shirt. I got 12 of them yesterday, and I was like, "Okay, man." So we had eaten somewhere across the street, and we were like, "Oh, they had this really good dessert there." And then he was like, the next day he was like, "I tried it, it's so good. I bought 16 for everybody here." I was like, "You are out of your fucking mind." Dang. So then when it comes time to settle, he's like, "Yeah, it was a great week. We'd sold out the shows." He's like, "Can you guess what you're getting?" And I was like, I don't guess. I know exactly what I'm getting." He was like, "How do you know?" I was like, "Well, we have a deal. So since all the shows were sold out, I know the amount of tickets, and I know the ticket price, and then I know the percentage. So then I know exactly what I'm getting."
Yeah.
And he was like, "Really?" And I was like, "Yeah, dude. Like, that's how this works." And he's like,
yeah.
He goes, "Well, write down what you think it is." I go, "I don't think it's anything. I know exactly what it is." So he's like, "Well, how much?"
Is it Mark Summers?
Yeah,
Who was the guy whose club this is?
What are you talking about? So he gives me a pen and paper. I write down the exact amount. I go, "It is exactly this amount." And I show it to him. He's like, that's not what I have. I'm like, then you made a mistake. You're wrong. And so he's like, I have this. And I'm like, nope. So then he's like, I got to call like Sandra. I'm like, okay. So then Sandra comes up and she just like works at the
she's
venue.
all coked up probably.
Big blonde teased hair.
Yeah.
He's
Big
like,
tits.
Tom said that he's supposed to get this. And I have this. And she was like, And I'm like, Sandra, listen, there's nothing to debate here. It is definitely this. And then she looks at him and she's like, He's like, I guess you're right. Writes the check. I was like, I'm never coming back here again.
Wow.
And that's like a venue where like I immediately took that check. I was like, drive me to a bank like right now, because this is not going to clear on Monday.
Dude, I did I did a casino one time, and I felt like I'd offended people on stage, and they gave me a check after, but I was worried it was over the weekend that they were going to
Like cancel it.
So the whole weekend, bro, I ended up staying at the casino an extra 2 days and just doing nice stuff around the building.
What city were you, or what area?
Oh, somewhere in, I think Michigan or something,
Yeah,
or Minnesota.
Minnesota.
Just like milling around, just doing nice
you think you
things.
offended them?
Yeah, I just think that maybe I didn't do the right amount of time. I literally haven't been on stage in like a month. I don't know what had happened or
Yeah.
something. And I got up there and I was like, oh, I got this. And I did not have it, right? And it was rough. And it was like their banquet. It was like their employee banquet. And it was like, oh, I just felt like I ruined their whole vibe. So I got to move my flight and stayed there an extra 2 days and just like was nice around town and like
That's hilarious.
nice around the building, hugged people, took pictures, and just shook hands and shit.
I did a shitty, like one of the shitty casinos in Vegas. This is before I sold any tickets, and I was middling there, and I made fun of one of the dudes and the venue. But this is like a shitty place, not like a strip casino. And he was like, "You can go home. Like, we don't need you for the last show." I was like, "What?" He was like, "Yeah, man. Like, we don't need you to if you're gonna be like that." And I was like, this wasn't like it was gonna disrupt my week. I was like, oh, I felt so bad.
I bet that would hurt my feelings.
Oh, it definitely hurt my. And then the headliner stood up for me. This dude I didn't even know.
He did?
He was like, he's got to stay. He's got to stay. And the guy was like, could you not make fun of the fact that this is a piece of shit? I was like, yeah, okay, sorry, man. You know, because I was just doing it. I wasn't doing it to like really rip on the place.
Yeah.
But like we all know we're in a shitty place right now,
Yeah.
right? Like, you guys know.
Like here,
where
this
you're
building
at.
mean?
No. I mean, you know, the casino.
Oh.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
in other words, you're like we're.
Yeah, nobody's pretending this is.
This is not the Bellagio,
Yeah,
right?
this
We
is
all know
fucking
that.
Reno.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this is bad.
Yeah.
We all made bad choices. That's why we're here. I'm just talking about that.
That's crazy, man. What else we got? We got your boy right here, Nick Diaz, has a question.
What up, Theo? What up, Tom? It's your boy, Daniel Javier Fitz in Yuma, Arizona. I gotta ask, I know Tom's new lifestyle probably doesn't allow much fast food, but McDonald's or Burger King? Not Donald's? My daughter says not Donald's. Gang, gang.
Gang, gang, bro.
It's not even a debate.
Yeah, McDonald's.
It's McDonald's. Yeah.
What is Burger King doing?
I mean, come on. They've really dropped the ball, man.
Dude, you remember they used to have the little thing where they had the pictures of like the handicapped kid wheels or whatever their characters used to be like 20 years ago or 30 years ago?
They used to have a picture of a handicapped kid.
Yeah, the McDonald's Kids Club and like all of their group like.
Oh, you thought you said Burger King.
Oh no, this was Burger King Kids Club.
Burger
and it was
King
like,
Kids
here's
Club.
Radar, you know, and it was like a tall, like black guy with like
His name was Radar?
glasses or something, you know. And here it was like, here's Wheels, and it was like a handicapped ginger.
No, I don't remember that at all.
You know, that used to be their whole thing. It was like this kind of McDonald's Kids Club. There they are. And yeah, they had the handicapped ginger right there.
Yeah, like Santino in the chair.
Oh, definitely, very much. Those are the good old days, though.
Do you like Burger King?
You know what? I didn't mind their dessert menu like in the probably early 2000s, but I don't like anything they have now. I never liked the Whopper.
Yeah. No,
Who
I mean,
ate it?
I mean, dude, like, you know, look, if you have no options, you're gonna, you know what I mean? Like, so there's certain road trips where you're like, we gotta eat eventually, like some point, and you pull off, and there's like one place, and a lot of times you just settle for whatever's fucking there, right? But I mean, if you have options,
Yeah.
come on, we take McDonald's over that shit every time.
Yeah, Burger King had that chicken
Their
sandwich.
fries suck. The chicken, the fried one, the breaded one was good, right?
It was so good.
Yeah.
The traditional chicken sandwich, I think it was, and yeah, some of the other choices they've made have just been extremely downhill. The King, that was like scaring people in their bedrooms and stuff, was their advertisement.
That was fucking weird. That was such a bad
the
choice.
Fuck is that, man?
Their ad people should be fucking shot.
Unbelievable.
Because even now,
the handicapped ginger, the scary King.
even now though, you imagine what Burger King's marketing budget is. It's got to be just astronomical.
$1 billion, I bet.
Crazy money, and you can't find a fucking advertising company to get your shit straight. Like, look at what some of these companies do with advertising. It's amazing.
Yeah.
You know, like they should fucking hire like comedians, somebody to like really like a good comic to get involved with them. But this bullshit.
Hey, look at this. A drooling. This guy.
It's Saw 5. It looks like a goddamn horror flick. It's terrifying, man.
And the burger, yeah, it's known that the burger, they paint the stripes on it. It's not even. At least just say, hey.
They paint the stripes on that?
Yeah, dude, they don't fucking cook that. What grill do you see at a fucking Burger King, dude? It's two sisters in the back fucking about to fist fight. Have you fucking been there?
What's your opinion on if you're taking like the national big name burger people? Five Guys, Whataburger, Steak Shack, In-N-Out. Where do you land? Who do you go
Wendy's.
With? Wendy's?
Yeah.
Over everybody? You too?
I go In-N-Out. I think it's like a different. Yeah, I don't know.
And you're both Wendy's.
Yeah. I like In-N-Out because I love they have a lot of Latino employees.
And that's what
that's my favorite. Yeah, because Latinos always, they're just such a hardworking group. I really like that vibe, you know?
Yeah.
I think they're going to rule
In-N-Out,
the world.
The training is obviously superior to every other place.
By far.
The way they treat you, talk to you, even have people like, sometimes you go in a fast food place, you're like, you're a fucking mess.
Yeah.
Your whole life's a mess. You just know it. And then In-N-Out, they're like, you go like, what are you doing? They're like, oh, I'm getting my engineering degree.
Yeah.
I'm just here. And they're like they just look like they have their shit together. You know?
Yeah, I agree. They're learning. We gotta be reading and doing the fryer. He'll actually be reading.
Yeah,
like you
yeah.
used to see on the TV shows.
Exactly.
You know.
But they're primo, man.
Yeah.
I never thought even to bring Wendy's into the conversation.
Really? Wendy's is next level for me. Wendy's is very unique.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, look at Burger King. And the Whopper always looks like it fucking got in a domestic dispute.
Yeah, it does. It does.
Part of the reason I picked that question is because I wanted to hear if the McDonald's I wanted to hear about your McDonald's sponsorship and whether or not that was real.
Yeah, that was real. Yeah. So they sponsored us, took money away, and then came back and then made Christina also like a paid endorser. So yeah,
That's cool.
Yeah, it's very cool. So yeah, we're definitely a hardcore McDonald's family now.
Yeah.
And why'd they take it away?
They took it away because the first episode that they promoted, we had this guy put a butt plug in a video and he had a ruined orgasm. So he came when he didn't want to because he had a butt plug in and he was fucking a fuck sleeve. And so he was like trying it out and he was like, oh, fuck.
Sounds like a real outdoorsman.
You know what's really crazy? The same guy is on a new Netflix show called like Scam City or something where it's like a...
He's an actor?
No, he's giving... It's like a real show, almost like a news piece show, like a 48 hours Dateline show where I think it's called Scam City, right? And it's like, this is it. He's in the first episode. He might even be in the trailer. If you press play on that,
Connor Woodman.
So this is like, because it shows like reenactments and then it has real accounts of what happened. In other words,
this isn't
somebody
real.
goes.
Oh, okay, I see.
Somebody goes.
There's no trailer when you press play. It's just the first episode.
Oh, the first episode. Well, he's in the first episode. He's talking about his experience in Buenos Aires, and so he was like, I was down there, and like the guy scammed me. That guy,
did it.
Who tells that story of his experience is the guy who put the butt plug in and had the ruined orgasm. His name is Pete. We call him Uncle Terry. Danny Brown calls him butt plug cuz. That's him.
BPC, huh?
That's him right there on the right. That's him.
Oh, with that bigote, huh?
That's the dude. He's been reviewing sex toys and he has one where he has a dildo on a gun.
Oh gosh.
You know, like on huge machines.
Yeah.
And he put that in his ass. He does wild shit, you know.
Do people your ass is kind of like the last kind of staycation, I feel like. Like I don't like to kind of
Yeah, no.
I think if you're putting stuff in your butt and you're not running across a border, dude, then you're fucking you're wasting time. That's what I say.
It's really, I don't know, man. You ever put things in your ass?
No. When I was young, I did, like when I learned about that I had an asshole.
Yeah.
But not as an adult.
No. This thing that he puts in does not seem like JV squad shit.
Oh, wow.
Advanced. Really advanced. And McDonald's was not cool with it.
Oh, yeah. It's like hiding a fucking crab leg in your sweater. You know, that, that's
Go
like,
Knowles.
Yeah, go Knowles, man. Here we got a nice fella right here.
Theo, my man. This is Tony Segura, coming at you from Oregon, Ohio. Calling in to ask Tommy Sugar what his biggest influence was. You know, you two are one of my favorites, so just wondering, gang.
He said, you two are one of my favorites.
I respect that.
Yeah.
Indecisive, but confident about it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, an influence.
I guess like stand-up wise, it's so many. I think it changes based where you are in your life. You know, like as a kid, I mean, the first thing I ever saw was Bill Cosby himself.
Wow.
That special. And then I think I thought that was really cool, but I think my mind was blown when I saw Eddie Murphy. You know, like when I saw that special, I was like, what the fuck? And then, I mean, I used to go in our basement to watch Def Jam when like Martin Lawrence hosted it.
Yeah.
Because that felt like, you know, like a sneaky
thing
you're not supposed to be watching, you know? Like my parents wouldn't be like, yeah, put on Def Jam. I was like 12, 13. It was crazy.
Yeah, it was so much fun with TV and viewing something was like something you had to sneak into.
And that was before the DVR. Like you had to catch it live.
Yeah.
You know, or VCR record it, but
and you had to hide that tape and give the tape to your buddy. Everything was so much more top secret back in the day.
That.
Me too. Every day you were like a detective. You were like a CIA. You were a middleman.
All the good crimes are done, man. Everything now there's cameras everywhere. There's not gonna. It's even harder to con people. Like all that shit was back when it was before the digital age, man.
Yeah.
But
you can't even be really that good of a criminal anymore.
I don't think you can. I really don't think you can. I don't think we're gonna have any.
And get that high out of it. You just can't even get that high out of it anymore.
You have to be like computer driven criminal. You know what I mean? Like I logged in. I'm a hacker. I broke into this guy's account and fucked up his world. That's the crime.
Yeah, and it's not even that great unless you're doing something crazy, unless you're going to Russia, you're getting the jewels, you're doing this, unless you hack into, you know, Bill Clinton's playing, you know, Apex Legends, and you hack in and control his character while he's doing it, you know, and he's on Twitch. Like, you know, it's like, how are you going to get to any... I just don't know how you're going to keep it that interesting.
I know.
Mine would be this guy, Jerry Clower. If you can bring up a picture of him, it's Clower, and he's out of, he was in the Southeast region, but he's from Yazoo City.
Did you know who Killer Bees was?
Mississippi. I have heard of Killer Bees. It's two women, right?
No.
It's not them, no. This is my guy right here. Jerry Clower. Real legend right there, too.
I feel like I was influenced by Rip Torn, who just died.
Oh, yeah. A lot of people loved him.
Love Rip Torn. I love John Candy. You know, as a kid. I mean, he was like just great at all of it. I only mention him because he's like a Southern comic. And,
I heard about him. I thought it was two women.
Dominated that region for a long time.
Did he?
Yes. Like
they don't even have any Southern comedians anymore, really. In Hollywood.
Out here, no. I mean, like on tour, I guess Rodney Carrington would be considered one, right?
Yeah, that's
He does music and comedy.
Ron White. But it's been like
White.
25 years since they've taken like rural white comedians or anything like that. I feel like.
Yeah, there's not that many. I mean, I guess I wouldn't know, but like I found out about Killer Bees 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And because I was doing a club in Nashville, and they're like, "Oh, his son is working with you," and I was like, "Who are you talking about?" I had no idea. They're like, "You don't know who that is?" I was like, "No," and they're like, has been a staple of the South for like 20 years, and like can sell out anywhere in that area.
Yeah, they have another guy like that, the Raging Cajun. John.
Yes.
Man, his last name is skipping right now. It's just been so long since I've seen him.
Raging Cajun also had a
Carville, James Carville.
No, the Raging Cajun comedian, Raging Cajun.
Yeah, if you type that in, it'll come up. Morgan,
yep.
He's
good, man. He still is good. I haven't seen him in a bit. But man, I mean, you talk about entertaining.
Did you ever hear that his wife was a lottery winner?
Yes.
That's true, right?
His wife won the lottery, and you cannot get divorced after that. And then he saved somebody from a burning building one time.
Wow.
Saved a life. So.
What about Robin Harris? Do you remember Robin Harris?
Young black woman?
Man, a black man.
No.
Robyn.
I'm thinking of Robin
right?
Harris. It's on
maybe that's it. All right.
Stern Show.
No, you're right. You spelled it right, I think. Yeah, that's Robin Harris right there.
Oh, yeah.
Bebe's Kids? Remember Bebe's Kids?
Yes.
So that was his.
I got to watch that.
Dude, his crowd work was other level.
Bar none, huh?
This dude was a savage. You were done. You're toast if he fucking picked you.
I got to watch him then, Robin Harris.
Robin Harris fucked people up, man. Hilarious. Most hilarious dude. Yeah.
Do you have trouble like things keeping you excited and stuff as your career goes on? Like a lot of the excitement of something, is like the journey of it. You know, you don't really realize that while you're going through it.
Yeah.
Is it different as you find more success and stuff like that?
Yeah, it's a little different, sure. And then you start to go like, well, I think you start to see like there's a point when you're like, I just want to be able to make a living.
Right.
And then you go, what truly excites me? So that becomes more of a reality. I think the further you progress. So you go like, what is it what's exciting to me? What motivates me? What is it that I want to do? I feel like it's just being creative and involved in things. In stand-up, it's always about new jokes.
Right. Yeah, that's the new thing.
Death feels like just nothing new. That feels like I don't even want to be here.
Yeah.
So I know that part of stand-up excites me. Just, even a new line is enough to carry me through a show.
Yeah, isn't that crazy how the feeling that is?
That feeling is like that's the feel. Like it doesn't even nothing else. I don't think about anything else than when you have like a new tag. Even you're like, oh man, I get excited to get to that point of the show to try the tag, and so that stuff is that. I mean, the other things, I don't know. Like sometimes I feel like the whole thing has changed. Where like when you start out, that's like people tell you what you want. You want to be on a TV show. I don't know, and like I've been involved in like a bunch of development deals, and I'm like, I don't even know that it excites me to do that.
Yeah,
I feel like I'm almost like going along with the
right.
You know what I mean? Like the way that the tide moves on that. I'm like, yeah, I guess, right? You're supposed to. That's
right.
Kind of what it feels like.
Yeah, maybe you're supposed to. Is it cool? Is it fun? Is it worth the time?
That's the big one.
Is it your story at all that you're telling? Or are you going to have to play a character that's not even...
Well, that you start to really value time more.
Yeah.
Time becomes the greatest of all commodity. Like you just go, man, like, especially like you have a career that's developing and moving along. You have a family and you're like, I only have this much time in a day, in a year, in a week. What do you, like, it's so important that you put it into something that you find rewarding. You know what I mean? Like,
do you think that do you think that your experience and like your achievement is due to, if you had to divvy it up 100%, right? Would you say like what percent is like perseverance, talent, opportunity? And it doesn't even have to be those three things, but do you think that it's kind of a mixture of things? Do you feel like it's
a mixture of things. I mean, it's some of it is natural ability. I think everybody has a degree of ability, right?
Yeah, and something for sure.
Yeah. But I'm saying, let's say we're talking about comedians.
Oh yeah.
So we all have a degree of natural talent.
Right.
Then there's like how much work you put into it, and also like there's just choices you make. Choices that are not even about some are about writing the joke and performing, but you just make choices like when to do things, what to turn down, what to take. Those are all like choices that you make. It's not like by chance. You know what I mean?
Right.
Deciding to do this with your podcast is a choice.
Right.
You dictated to do that.
Right.
And then things will happen because of that. So there's those things. Some things are circumstance. And some people are like, oh, then you got lucky. I mean, I don't.
Everybody gets lucky a little bit at everything, though.
A little bit, yeah. A little bit. But I think it's not that much luck. It's more about putting in work, natural ability, making certain choices.
Yeah.
I think that's it. And sticking to it. So many people that like I started out with, just people drop out.
Yes.
I'm sure you find that.
Yeah. Somebody falls in love or somebody just...
And all the time we have the conversation, like talk to people, whatever happened to this person? And you just go, I don't know.
I know,
I used to see him at shows and then I just don't see him anymore.
I heard recently it's almost at a certain point like the comedy chooses you in a way.
That's interesting.
It's like at a certain point, it's like, yeah, this person can live this lifestyle or can do this.
Yeah.
I mean, I recognize a little bit. Like, I'll text with Delia sometimes, like, man, it's so lonely. Like, sometimes you're by yourself and you just had a great show. You don't get to see anybody. And you're like, yeah, man, it's so bizarre.
What's your routine like? Let's say you go out now, you do a big show in Georgia where the guy said we don't do shows for some reason.
Crazy, huh?
Such a bizarre.
That guy. I think the video was also from 1840. That guy sent it in.
That's so crazy.
He said his wife had just left on a stagecoach, his first wife.
But like you finish your show, what do you do?
Yeah, I guess I usually do. I guess I just kind of go back to the hotel, get something to eat, and go back to the hotel.
Do you like to find like the good place in town? Like, you know what I mean? Are you one of those people or no?
I probably should start to get a little bit more into that. Part of me feels like I've been on the road for so long that it's like you've done all the national attractions. You've done, maybe try to find something that's a little off the map.
Do you try to stay in the nice hotel?
Yeah. These days I try to stay in the nice hotel, even if it's just to treat myself.
Yeah, you deserve it.
Yeah, it's like I stayed in one place, dude, in Rochester, outside of Rochester, where, bro, you had to walk there from the Days Inn, dude. It was only probably about 600 yards, but there was no sidewalk, and it was on a busy highway.
Yeah, we've all stayed in these places.
There's no sidewalk.
Yeah.
And if there was a sidewalk, you're almost glad there wasn't, because, who would put a sidewalk right next to this fucking highway?
It's crazy.
Extremely dangerous.
I have so many bad hotels. The hotel or the motel where the door opens just into the, to the parking lot. This doesn't feel good. I stayed in a motel in Oakland once where
horrible idea.
Man, there was
out of the gate, man.
There was screams going on, and everything was just, I feel so unsafe here.
Oh, that's Ramada. I think you just labeled basically every Ramada.
Every Ramada. And then I remember I went to the counter. I'm like, what goes on here? What goes on here? I asked the lady at the front desk. She goes, I don't know. I don't know. I was like, I got to get out of here. She was like, yeah, probably.
Yeah, probably so.
Yeah, I work here, but you should leave.
Dude, one night, it was like when I was still trying to save a ton of money, and I went to a Days Inn in Knoxville, and I said, look, can I just pay you a couple of hours to sleep on the floor of a room, right? And the lady's like, yeah, that's fine, but my boyfriend's going to have to sit in there while you sleep. It was so crazy.
And he did?
Yeah, and I paid him like $40 and slept in there for like 3 hours.
He just looked at you?
I don't know what he did. I hope he dozed off.
Jesus.
I like to hope that he dozed off.
Wow, she set a monitor to watch you sleep.
I think she was nervous about it, but she wanted to be helpful,
Yeah.
That's the thing these days. It's like you can still be helpful, but there's like a level of like risk and uncertainty that comes with everybody.
Yeah. Yeah. That's true. What motivates you? What makes you want to do more?
It's funny even hearing you say that, like a new line or a new joke.
Yeah.
We're talking about a new experience. Like my legs fell asleep in an Uber the other day, and I had to get out, and this black girl was driving, and she was pissed that I wouldn't get out. And I'm like,
how did your legs fall asleep?
I have bad circulation.
Really?
In my legs, yeah. In my arms, I can do almost anything. But so it's like the next thing you know, it's like, I got to get out, right? And she's like, I already accepted another passenger, and it's like,
like, my legs are asleep.
Yeah, dude, yeah.
And she's like, well, you're the first human being that's ever said this to me.
No, she's like, she goes, if you knew you were going to be handicapped, you should have brought a wheelchair. And I'm like, this is, it's almost at that point unsafer to be in with this girl,
What
right?
do you do?
Fucking got out. Just jumped out, like hands first, like a fucking.
And then pulled yourself up.
Yeah. Scooted.
You scooted
Like
up.
I'm not a fucking bitch out there.
And then how long did you say on the sidewalk with your
probably 2 minutes. Actually, probably a little longer because I got on my phone.
Okay.
And I didn't even realize that my legs had kind of woken back up. But
This is a frequent thing that happens?
I would say it happens to me if I'm doing like a stool or something, going number 2, or if I am.
But that's where it's common. But you also were just sitting in a car.
Yeah, but this lady, I think the seat was, I would say it was aftermarket. So if I can had it just cut off the circulation. And it could have been part of her move. You never know.
Okay.
I'm out there. It's an unlit area. Couple of fucking, papas pop out the trunk and get you. Not a bad move, really.
Yeah.
You got the crossbar within the seat that cuts off people's circulation. They get out, can't walk.
Right.
2 guys get them.
Standard.
Yeah, pretty standard, bro.
Yeah.
That's called the Cincinnati fucking shuffle, huh?
Ask Gary about it. He knows.
Oh, I'm sure Gary knows, dude, if he would ever answer my calls. Any other questions that we have, Nick?
Just 2 quick Patreon questions before we get out of here. Mike Nucci asks, what are some things that make you irrationally mad? For me, it's loud chewing noises. So, Tom, what makes you irrationally mad?
Irrationally mad. It's a good question. Olives.
Oh, you hate it.
Fucking hate olives.
All?
Huh?
All?
Oil?
All olives?
All olives, yes. But olive oil is fine. But an olive can fuck itself. I don't like it at all. I don't like raspberry, like flavoring. Like a raspberry's fine.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Raspberry drizzle?
Ugh. It's fucking disgusting.
That's gross.
I wouldn't be friends with anybody that's into it.
Yeah.
Like, that's how much it upsets me.
Anybody that's just sneaking around having some?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
Jeremiah Watkins eats that shit, I think.
But see, I don't like him.
One of his parents, his parents was did I think cake deco or something.
Yeah.
So he's into those piping. He'll just pipe that shit right into his mouth.
I mean, the loud chewing. Or anyone who's like really clearing their throat a lot.
Yeah.
You know, in public, where you're like, come on, man. And you're like, dude, what the fuck are you doing? Like, guys doing with their teeth.
Oh, yeah.
I was in a steam room, you know. And this guy was like, I was like, you get it? Did you get it?
Dude, I was in a self-esteem room, and it was just a bunch of people just trying to feel better.
Yeah.
I think one of mine, this is funny that I thought about it. One of mine is, like I'll walk in a bathroom, and I can't help but smell in the air if someone's pooped in there recently.
Mm-hmm. And it bothers you if someone does? That always makes...
It bothers me that I can't go in and not check.
I got you. Yeah.
Like, even if I don't want to check, I'll walk in and be like, I'm going to breathe naturally in there, but I'm not going to breathe to smell if someone has been in here and do it.
I sometimes walk into a bath and I check myself. I go, fuck, man. I get like upset at how much it smells like shit.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like, where do you want them to shit? You're in the bathroom. Like, they're supposed to shit here.
Yeah.
But I'm still mad at the level of shit. You know, like an airport, you're like, motherfucker.
Who's coming in here?
And then they're all like, this is a bathroom. Like, where you shit. I'm like, yeah, but come on, man.
Yeah.
Check your diet, bro. This is terrible. Just get upset.
Yeah, I wonder if there's like certain bathrooms because like certain people come from certain parts of the country where there's more of a thoroughfare.
Every international terminal.
Oh,
for
yeah.
sure. We start mixing different cultures of different shits in there, and you're like one of the big ones. Holy cow!
What would Dr. Drew say about that? That's what I want to know.
I'll ask him.
Okay.
I would definitely ask him.
And also when rich people don't let their dogs fight each other, that shit fucking gets on my nerves.
Yeah.
You know, there's some rich people. Like I live in an apartment, but there's some rich people that walk their dogs around me, and I can hear the people will argue, but not let the dogs fight. You know?
Oh right. You want them to be able to scrap a little bit.
The dogs want to fight.
I'll tell you what makes me the most. Now that you said it, makes me the most upset. I fucking hate people like this.
Yeah.
Anybody with money that drives a sensible car.
Yeah.
I want to fucking absolutely choke out in front of their family.
Damn.
I hate that shit.
Like how sensible? Like what do you?
Like a guy with $10 million who's like, I love this Prius. Like, fuck you,
yeah.
dude. No, you don't. No, you don't.
Yeah.
You were raised here. You live in this world. You know your options, and you're gonna go for like the sensible. Yeah. Well, it gets great mileage. Is that really your concern?
Who cares?
That it gets great mileage, or do you want to have fun when you're on the road?
Yeah, don't be a little hoe.
Come on, I fucking hate it.
Dude, men that wear bike helmets, bro. Dads that wear a bike, any sort of safety helmet, dude.
Yeah,
I'd rather be at
helmets.
my dad's funeral 200 times
than
at once see my dad come home safely to dinner with a fucking helmet on.
And an elbow pad, like in case I hit my elbows or my knees.
Dude, I'd rather see my dad beat my mother than come home with an unbruised spouse with fucking elbow pads on.
It's the worst. I agree.
That shit makes me mad, bro. Anything that's like real wimpy shit.
Yeah.
You know? Like they used to have this basket on the back of a bike and you would sit on there. And my mom used to carry us. She would ride the bike and fucking carry us with her other arm and go on bike rides. Like it was just a lot more.
Did you play sports?
Chill. No, not that much, dude. But I fell off the swing set one time so fucking hard that I was a legend, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like I pretty much got all the trophies
Swung
for that.
up? Yeah.
Oh, swung up as high as you could go.
Swings
dude.
are fucking fun, man. Now that I have kids,
Yeah.
we have a big ass swing set in the back. And
Pretty cool.
The best. You forget how much fun that was. It's such an easy way to have a blast. Yeah, and then you really start kicking, and you're like,
Yeah.
Up. Oh, man.
And that one time you start to let your legs out a little bit, and then you fuck it up and land on your back.
It sucks. Yeah, but it is still fun. It's fun.
Yeah, it is fun.
That's like before they're like, you even heard of like bungee. That's the precursor to bungee jumping and shit.
Yeah.
It's like swinging parallel to the fucking ground.
That was like first, second grade when you learned about those toys. I remember getting out in first grade and they had swings, but kindergarten playground didn't have them.
I know.
And it was like, whoa, you can use.
Remember, you see
your own swing,
a slide that turns for the first time. Because there's slides, like slides are great, and then you see it turn, and you're like, this shit goes in a loop.
It's like realizing you can date sisters. You know, you're like, damn,
I can. Yeah,
this thing's got a little twist to it. Anything else, guys, you want to hit with Tommy Sugar right here?
We got one more good Patreon question, then we can get him out of here. This comes from Tom Frederick. He says, Tom, you have maybe 3.5 years before you die. Who do you want out of these 4 choices to raise your kids with Christina? Chris D'Elia, Theo Von, Bobby Lee, Andrew Santino.
None.
Fair question.
0.
Really?
You fucking guys? You out of your mind?
Don't include me with that pack of.
Wait, it's Chris?
Okay.
Who else?
Andrew Santino,
Bobby Lee, and Theo.
Okay. Well, you and Bobby are immediately off the list. Okay. And then,
I'm up all day.
Then, so I would.
What?
The debate.
How are those two guys?
The debate is between Santino and D'Elia.
Unbelievable.
So let me see. I mean, D'Elia's got more money.
Yeah.
Be able to.
You want them to love the kid, though.
But here's the thing. I mean, I got to think about their future, their education.
What? What about if somebody's actually going to care about them?
But that's the thing, though. He actually was very sweet when we were.
When?
Like a year ago.
When his doesn't make a dent sweatshirts hit fucking $2,000 in quantity sales in one day?
Probably.
Yeah, probably.
He bought very nice, thoughtful gifts for the kids, and I was
Did
like,
he
"Is somebody who's
really?
thinking about kids?" I was like, "This is very thoughtful." He was like, "Yeah, just congrats."
Wow. That's
So
nice
I
of
was
him.
like, for this ridiculous hypothetical that would play into it. Santino, wants kids. I mean,
Drinking problem.
I'll give you one up over Bobby.
Okay.
That's obviously like I would choose Bobby.
Yeah, Bobby's a fucking
if I want
war
them-
veteran that didn't even serve.
Yeah, I mean that's an immediate needle in the arm. It's
Oh,
like,
I'll drive Bobby to VFWs around America and watch him get his ass beat, dude. I don't give a fuck.
So Bobby's last.
Okay,
Then
good. I just argued my
You're
way
in third.
Okay.
And then I think Santino, I think he's a little bit of a unpredictable.
Yes.
Unpredictable
father. That's going to be his.
Yeah.
His
And that
documentary.
temper's got to be, I don't want them seeing that every day.
Oh,
Fucking punching holes in walls and shit. And
every time I see his wife, I kind of look at her like,
you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
everybody
so
knows,
that's
slip her some gauze.
It's a lot of eye makeup,
Yeah.
So
Crazy, huh?
Yeah.
Wow.
You guys
Oh.
going to an event tonight or something? Or?
Yeah.
No, just a new shadow came in. I just figured I'd paint it on
Yeah.
extra thick for today.
Wow, blackface, huh? Just
Yeah.
for a night out at dinner.
Yeah, just something different.
Yeah.
So Santino, second place.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Wow.
I guess Chris.
Unbelievable.
Yeah. Sorry, man.
It's okay. I mean, I'm just.
Look, Bobby's
lying.
last. Why don't you just fucking
I know
celebrate
he's
that?
last, dude.
Yeah.
But that's so easy, bro. That's like beating a fucking. Bobby is a throw pillow that occasionally does things. Okay, there's no difference, bro.
Yeah.
Bro, checking for bone? Nothing, bro. I spent 40 minutes feeling his body for
Nothing.
any sort of bone or infrastructure.
He's so funny and such a bizarre dude.
Yeah.
So bizarre.
He might be the most bizarre when I really think about it.
And it might, what? Because you're kind of like this too, where sometimes I'm like, the fuck is this person saying? Like I'm like, are you doing a bit or are you being serious? Like you have a little bit of that.
Yeah.
He has it to a degree where I'm like, is this really you? And then I sometimes walk away being like, no, like I think that guy is really like that.
Yeah.
Where I'm like, you're this close to being institutionalized, bro.
Oh, yeah.
With Bobby.
Oh, he's got autism, dude. He's got that jaundice autism. That jawtism, they call it.
He's
He's got that frico de gallo, bro. You feel me, dog? He's got that fucking that wild salsa in them.
So you gonna fucking work on the Spanish or what?
I am. Dude, it would make my life, man. Yeah, because my father grew up down there and his whole family was missionaries down there in Nicaragua. Mm-hmm. And so it'd be cool to go down there and do some fundraising tours or anything, even if we just did 3 dates or something. You know, for me, it'll be probably about 4 or 5 years till I'm, can speak applicably.
So
start. Yeah.
Watch shows in Spanish. You watch Narcos?
I'll be there. Yeah. I'll do it.
Watch that whole series, man. It's all in Spanish.
Bro, if one of the shows is in Colombia, dog,
it'd be awesome.
You fucking have my funeral down there, papa.
Yeah. No, we can do it. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
El Rey de los Ratones.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
El Rey de los Ratones. Thank you so much, Tom Segura, for being here, man.
Yeah, man. It was a lot of fun. Congrats on the new space. Looks great.
Well, thanks for the inspiration, man. I mean, you guys have... whenever I got to your studio the other day, I was like, wow, this is a vibe in there.
It's a vibe. Yeah, this is one too, man. This is really cool.
Cool.
I like this.
Thanks, man. Gianni the Twink picked this out. Yeah.
I thought you were going to say he made this. I was like, God damn.
Yeah. He plays intramural sport.
Wait, where are you guys from, by the way?
I'm from La Crosse, Wisconsin.
Okay.
And lived 8 years in Minneapolis, too.
Okay.
And I'm from Rhode Island.
You're from Rhode Island.
Mm-hmm. And Gianni is an actor, and Nick is one of the best podcast producers, I think.
That's nice, man. Congrats.
Amongst other things, they do other stuff. Nick plays basketball across the street sometimes.
Where did you live in Minneapolis?
All over. I mean, mostly by campus. I went to University of Minnesota.
Okay.
And then worked at Acme for a couple years.
You did?
Yep,
Did you really?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
Wow.
When you guys did your whole tour in China, that was like big news at Acme and stuff. That was the year I worked there.
You were there?
At Acme.
Wow.
Yeah.
Huh. That's cool, man. I love Lewis.
Yeah.
I've never been to that club.
What? Hands down, best. I mean, it's either one or two, depending on who you ask, if they've played it.
Who was one of the most unique people that ever came out to see you perform, or somebody that shocked you that
was like at the show or something?
Yeah.
Trying to think, man.
I'm trying to think of a good one too. I don't have an answer really, but
did Tyson ever come to one of your shows?
Tyson came to my show in Pittsburgh. Yeah.
Wow.
That was pretty wild. I mean,
Tyson Chandler.
Yeah. No, it's weird. I mean, to be like hanging out with Mike Tyson in the green room.
Oh, Mike Tyson.
Yeah.
Wow.
And have him just like hang out and smoke cigarettes in your in a green room smaller than that room, and you're just like, what's up? And like,
how many white dudes would it take to jump Mike Tyson now at his age?
Right now?
Yeah.
Depending on the type of dude.
What about you and me?
Oh no, we would be dead.
We would be dead. I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it.
No, I think if there was like maybe eight people, maybe. But also, that like he's gonna throw like 3 haymakers that take out 2 people each.
And some 2 dudes are never gonna be the same.
Oh yeah, special type of brain damage you get from that kind. He can still. I saw him. He like showed up at a gym. He's not in the same shape, obviously, and he was like, yeah. He was just like he was throwing hooks on a bag and like that right there. That hook he just threw. Mm-hmm. Oh my God! Do you know how that would devastate you in ways that? Look at that shit.
Yeah, my neck. I have a bad neck too.
Oh well, yeah. I mean, it would just be permanently bad, man.
Oh, you think it would feel good, kind of getting hit that hard a little?
You wouldn't remember it, so maybe. Like, do you remember what life was like before that hit? Like that kind of thing. But yeah, no, it would fuck you up so badly, man. I remember Willie D was at a show I did in Houston, from the Ghetto Boys. Mm-hmm. That was like a number of years ago. I'm trying to think.
I bet that was cool though.
It was cool to know he was there, and then they're like, he left. I was like, that's cool.
Yeah,
nice to have met him. I mean, they're like, yeah, he was here, but he definitely left.
He left. Yeah.
Okay. So you don't know whether he liked it or not.
Gloria Estefan went to one of my shows one time.
Really?
Yeah.
Where?
And left. This was in Miami. It was probably about 10 years ago.
Dude, wasn't that like a fun Coke place when you were heavy into Coke?
Yeah, I think everybody's idea of me heavy into Coke was basically me buying Coke up at the Comedy Store and just doing it back at my apartment. Like there wasn't it. I didn't have like fun times where I was like in Cuba
So you were
or
like
sitting
alone,
on a beach.
sad.
Yes.
Doing coke.
It was like Doug Stanhope without the girl with the blue hair, without the little side apple,
Bingo.
Yeah, bingo.
Yeah.
It was beautiful too, and so was Doug. But it would be like, it was just somebody by themselves just doing coke, just touching a soft wiener, just looking at, escorts on the internet, negotiating with escorts, pricing them down. I mean, I'd price like $10 or $12. I mean, it got to the point where it'd be 8 hours.
Were you having them a lot?
No.
No.
Never was having them. Just negotiating.
Never had. Just like trying to work out deals.
Oh, dude, yeah.
Yeah.
I
So
mean,
he was like
just-
bartering.
Yeah, it was basically like the fucking.
That's your Latin influence, man. That's what that is.
Yeah, it was like
Latin's
basically like
always
the
bartering.
fucking sloth of Ball Street. Basically, I was
got
like,
you.
just a shitty animal.
You're like, I just don't want to be taken advantage of.
Yeah, that was it. I don't want to spend. $325 seems crazy. It's 7
about
a.m.
300?
I'm a handsome guy. That would always be
Yeah.
my thing. Like, how about cut me some slack? I'm a handsome guy.
You would tell them that?
Yeah. It was just like a.
Will you send them a picture to verify? They're like,
No. I would send. Sometimes I'll do that little sketch thing once that thing came out on your phone where you could sketch something and
That's
it
what
would
I
draw
look
it.
like. That's cool.
Last question.
Yeah.
Do you still masturbate ever as an adult after you get married and stuff like that?
Yeah, are you out of your mind? Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, all the time. You don't jerk off?
Oh, I jerk off. I jerked off probably more recently than you would imagine. But I'm just wondering, do people still do it when they get married?
100%. Yeah.
Do you feel bad when you do it? Like, oh,
No.
I'm keeping this from them.
No. No, I think it's just part of like regulating
Your body?
Yeah, of course. Sometimes, you know what I found? Like, I know somebody who jerks off like before shows. I'm like, ugh. For me, that's like a knockout punch.
That's like
So
Louis C.K., I feel like.
Well, that's during the show. But like, I feel like before the show, I want as much energy as possible, right?
Yeah.
Like, I like the pre-show
yeah.
workout. I like to go to the gym. If the show's at 7, I'm in that hotel gym at like 5.
Yes.
So I feel alive, and I want to do my show like that. Jerk off and go to a show? No.
That's insane.
Now, after the show, that's great jerk off time.
Yeah.
Yeah, back in the hotel, like when you really want to.
Yeah, I do that.
Sleep in.
It's a bad habit, that jerk off then.
Really?
Yeah, remember all the times? I think it is. It's a bad habit. Yeah, jerking off late at night and looking at pornography.
Oh, okay.
That
Coupled
become a
with-
bad habit.
If you do it all the time, yeah.
Yeah, I don't like jerking off. I don't like seeing myself ejaculate that much anymore.
You don't?
Nah. I used to not mind it, and
You
now
used to
I
like
mind
watching it?
I wouldn't watch all of it, but I would watch like right in the beginning.
Yeah.
You know?
You shoot big loads?
What, bro?
Do you shoot ropes? Like, what do you got?
What, dude?
Is it small quantity? You're not like a dribbler, are you?
I mean, dude, I ain't no fucking Pete Maravich. You know what I'm saying?
I shoot
bro?
fucking loads.
Whoa, really?
I'll show you. I'll show you.
No.
Yeah. Let's line up. If we stood at the fucking end of this table, and I'm backed up even a couple days, I'm getting distance on this table.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am.
Wow, that's incredible.
Yeah.
I mean,
and
yeah.
also, like, you know how you have like pumps, right? Like an orgasm is like, it's like your dick goes like, dum, dum,
Yeah.
dum, right? How many do you go through? You think? Like, count them out in your head.
6, 7, 8, maybe.
Yeah.
The last two are weak. Though you got to be in my body to feel them.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. I'm like on a bad day, 12, 13. On a really strong day, I'm up to like 16. Yeah.
Oh my god, man!
I went to a doctor about it.
That's crazy.
You know what he told me?
What?
You're lucky.
Yeah.
You're a lucky guy. Shut up.
yeah. Don't tell anybody.
Yeah.
Damn, bro.
Bust nuts, dog.
That's crazy. I mean, I bust them too. I bust probably, pretty good nuts, but I don't think I'm gonna win anything.
No, I'm winning. I'm winning championships.
Yeah.
Yeah. I could give Peter North a run for his money. I could. Yeah. It's good stuff.
I could give Mae West a run for her money. I bet. I bet small ones. Tom Segura, thanks for being here,
Yeah.
man.
Thank you for having me.
Yep. Tom Gate begins, guys.
Oh, fuck. I didn't even bring up Chihuahua Gate.
Now I'm just floating on the breeze, and I feel I'm falling like these leaves. I must be cornerstone. Oh, but when I reach that ground, I'll share this peace of mind I found. I can feel it in my bones, but it's gone. gonna take a little time for me to set that parking brake and let myself unwind. Shine that light on me. I'll sit and tell you my stories. Shine on me, and I will find a song. I will sing it just for you. Now I've been moving way too fast on a runaway train with a heavy load of mine.
I'm sick and tired of getting my cheeks clapped by these effing skeletons. Pisses me the fuck off. It pisses me off to get my cheeks clapped. Can you believe that? Okay. Uh-oh. Give me one of these. Oh, shit, I hope I have enough wood. Good. I don't think I need the same wood, so it'll be fine. Hell yeah. Give me this. Fight time. These skeletons are so much more powerful than I thought they were. 5 times. I've died 5 times. I'm gonna get bullied as soon as Spoods and whoever else joins gets on. What's up, bitch? You've gotta be kidding me. Are you fucking... This asshole took my shovel. Bring it on, coward! Get away from me. Get away! Get the fuck away! Ah! All that XP. Nothing. All for naught. Waiting for a skeleton to jump out at me and clap me cheeks, mate. So that's basically what this game has been so far. Me just getting my absolute cheeks clapped. Oh, I need this, and I need... Oh, dang it. This shit is expensive. I'm not gonna explore the whole thing. I don't have time. Just gonna mine all the stuff that I find in here. Can't believe that zombie was just about to buck up. That dude legit caught a body. I wonder if I have a pet bat.
Yeah.